Are you an angel?
I heard your prayers, Sarah.
I think the church's prayers have gone unanswered.
God stopped listening to us a long time ago.
Do not be afraid.
You're muted, friend. Am I muted?
How am I now? Am I good now?
You're good now.
I always mute during the intro
Uh-huh.
because the first time I did it, I was like banging shit and like smoking crap. And so I'm just like, I gotta shut up. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a co-host for my show who is almost always muted. And I'm like, I have to check, even when he's not muted and I can hear him. I'm like, are you muted?
Yeah, I know. Well, like, and I even turn my camera off because I hate being full screen. I hate being full screen. Like, this is cool, like 2 or 3. But like when I'm like taking up the whole screen, I hate that. And like, and I'm at when the intro's over, it defaults to that, and I'm like, So yeah, I have to unmute and turn the camera on. So, anyways,
I didn't get any breakdown of the rules of your show. Is there anything off limits?
Anything goes. Total
anything?
Anarchy. Whatever the fuck you want to do, man. Anything.
We're gonna have a party tonight.
Break all the rules. Are no rules here, man. I'm very casual. Like I said, I am. Oh, good for you. You're smoking. Good for you.
I don't think anybody's ever said that.
Oh, I do because I smoke, but I'm trying to. I actually have cut down, and so I burn one real quick before the show. I'm like, I'm holding it in like, yeah, let's go. And then I do the show, and then I don't have one until after the show.
Yeah, well, we did a really
smoke away, smoke as much as you want.
I shall.
Cool.
Well, thank you. You've already made me feel at home. Yeah, we did a really bad thing, and gosh, in the last year, started smoking inside our house because we never used to.
Yeah,
and I was the one that started it. And but it's so comfy. I get to have a cigarette anytime I want now.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's the total opposite of me. I back in the old days, good old days when things were a little more normal, everyone did that, that's what you did. But then after a while, I kept living with girls who are non-smokers. I don't know why, but I've lived with 4 different chicks. It's like been married 4 times, you know what I mean? And the last one was a non-smoker. And so I didn't smoke in the place. I went outside. I mean, that's cool. I got so used to that when that was over, now I don't smoke inside. And I actually like it because I'm like an OCD clean freak. And you know how the ashes get everywhere in the ashtrays and all that? I fucking hate that. So I'm just like always outside now. And it gives me an excuse to go outside. So I haven't quit. I probably never will. But I've definitely cut down because when you go outside, you tend to smoke less. You know what I'm saying? But enough about our bad habits, because if kids are watching, kids don't smoke.
Don't.
It's bad for you. It stunts your growth.
Also, don't vape. Don't vape
Dude,
either.
don't even get me started on the vaping. I'm not even going to go there. That's how much I feel about vaping.
Well,
So,
all right. At the end of the show. All right, let's get to business.
Okay, so again, all I know about you is you're Miss Kitty Flip City.
Well, it's Kitty Phillips the Flip City magazine public relations person, and she actually couldn't make it tonight, so you get boring old Christy. That's Kitty fine. Is actually what happened with her is she's a very fascinating person, and she used to be a high level kind of exclusive caterer, and she used to do P. Diddy parties, so she's busy working on a thread exposing like his freaky parties and stuff. So
good for her.
Exactly. So you get me. I'll try to be as charming as Kitty.
I've already discussed this. I've watched some of your show, which I don't even know, because like I said, I'm on the basic plan here, as we just found out 10 minutes ago. And I haven't even tried to post shit and like links and chat. So all we can say is whoever's watching, let's go to you have an awesome channel. You've been doing this a lot longer than me and a lot better than me, because I'm just winging it, as you can tell, with my muted microphone.
Well, I cannot take credit for being awesome in the streaming realm. It is all my producer, who I had gone on his show. He does a show called Three Beermen, and we got drunk backstage.
Cool.
And, well, I promised him before the show, because I'm like, oh, you produce this show? It's great, blah, blah, blah. I swear, by the end of this show, I'm going to charm your pants off, and you're going to be my producer. And I always like to say that I got him drunk backstage, and then he agreed to be my producer. Now he's stuck. So there you go. He makes it so I can have fun streaming, because I hate all that shit. I try to keep up with it. And I just figured out myself. And anything I can't figure out, I'm telling you, man, YouTube. Ironically, YouTube, everything. Anything that you have a problem with, just search on YouTube, and I guarantee someone in the world has made a video on how to do this. Okay. But this whole streaming shit, I was used to watching, the big guys do the shows, all the indie comic guys, the big guys, what I'm talking about. And, it looks so easy. And then like I start doing this, and I'm just like, there's 3-4 screens at the same time, and I got to do this. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this sucks. It's like you're constantly. Someone was like, yeah, I'm watching you, and your eyes are constantly moving around. I said, fucking why? I said, because there's 4 fucking screens I'm clicking in between. I'm like, I got to check the YouTube, and there's the email, and there's this, and there's a fucking this. And then there's this, and there's chat, and then chat's like, the person in chat who was kind of giving me a hard time, I don't think it's here yet. And I love her to death. She's in Berlin, Germany. But the chats was, well, you don't pay enough attention to chat. It's because I'm talking to the fucking host, the guest. I'm like, I don't want to, hey, shut up. Let me see what's in shit. So it's this whole I'm trying to get it, and I'm slowly getting it, but I feel you. It's funny because I think for the first like 4 or 5 streams that I did, I didn't acknowledge the chat at all. But I have noticed that since I'm acknowledging them more often, my audience is growing and staying. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, it is important. That's why people watch live streams, is they want to be acknowledged. So I acknowledge them.
You know what? Here's something that's easier. Well, okay, now when because your shows, you always like have a guest. You ever like stream alone, like solo, just yourself talking?
No, I would never do that. Actually,
do it.
No.
Yes,
dude, I am not the person. Fire. I'm not gift of gab. I need conversation. Like I can't just be like, oh, blah blah blah. This is what I think about this. This is what I feel about that. Like it just feels cringe to me.
I agree with you 100%.
Okay,
but listen, I'm telling you, it's like trial by fire. It will make you a better person. I swear to God. If you are alone, first of all, you can't rely on a guest to bounce off of. You have to constantly think of something talking about and all this stuff. Okay. So there's one little test, an improvement, right? Also, you know what the benefit is?
What?
Is the chat. Because you feel alone, and you're like, I feel insane because I'm talking to myself, and there's like no one in here, or just 1 or 2 people So I feel stupid. This is dumb. You know what I mean? But as soon as you have these one or two people who ask you questions, okay, suddenly you're like, hey, and you know what? When you're alone, you pay attention to the chat a lot more because there's no distraction from a guest. So, and then it kind of can become a, I mean, think about it, it's very personal then, because they can actually ask you questions. Hey, blah, 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 blah. And then you can say, oh, yeah. So it's actually kind of cool. So I would just suggest sometime maybe get real drunk when try it first and stream alone.
I will, because that does sound fun to actually interact truly with the chat. So I have seen other people, they stream like that, and that is pretty much all they're doing is talking to the chat. And I'm like, that seems fun, because I have a couple of people that I've garnered a following, and it feels good because they come to every one of my streams. I'm like, oh, actually, I kind of feel like they're my friends now. And so, Odin, ask us a question.
Yeah, here's Odin Dasco. Odin Dasco. From you have the floor. Compass. Oh, Broken Compass. Cool. Yeah. Anything? Odin, All Father. Here we go. Kurt, can you mansplain to Christy about streaming? Oh, I'd love to. I've seen Christy drunk. I'm looking. I got to see that sometime. She could carry your show. Yeah, I know. Are you drinking now?
I am.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, my husband allowed me to buy a 12-pack because I'm doing, the podcast tour. And I tell him, I say, I'm better when I'm a little bit tipsy. And
it takes the edge off.
Yes, and he finally agreed.
Yeah.
He's like,
no, it takes the edge off.
Funny.
Yeah.
You're pretty funny. I trust you.
Yeah. So you're a beer woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a liquor, hard drinks, mixed drinks.
I will drink some whiskey once in a while, or
what kind
of cheap. Anything? Because I'm broke as fuck.
Okay, I hear it. So not like a Beam or Jack.
A good bourbon. Yeah, okay. No, I prefer a good bourbon though.
Okay. Only reason why I asked is I was a bartender in Vegas for a few years, and that you want to talk about an adventure? It was crazy. You ever heard of the Hard Rock Hotel?
Yeah, that's where you. Well, I'm in California, so I am familiar with Vegas.
Oh, dude, I wasn't sure because I automatically assume everyone's like East Coast or Midwest.
Everybody assumes that.
Most of the people that I follow and pay attention to, they all seem to be East and West Coast, like very few Californians. But I lived out West for a long time. I lived in San Francisco, Hollywood, Sedona, Arizona, and Las Vegas. And now I'm back on this side. And so I know all about the West. I loved it at the time. It was cool. Now I don't know so much. But California, okay, so California at the Hard Rock in Vegas, that was our number one clientele, because from LA to Vegas, it's like hour and a half, 2 hour drive. So they could shoot there, party all weekend, get back, and everything's cool. So I would assume you'd know about the Hard Rock. But yeah, I was there bartending and it was nuts. And so that educated me on actual drinks. And so there's that whole category. Well, there's beer people, and there's, fruity drink umbrella people, and there's shot people, and they're always like, tequila makes your clothes fall off. That's what you want to give to the women. You know what I'm saying? So there's all sorts of stuff. So it's good to know. Okay, you're a beer lady and sometimes whiskey. So you're pretty hardcore. You seem like more of a Midwesterner then, because
is that what that is? Midwestern?
You don't seem like California chick, because at least from this is stereotyping, and forgive me for stereotyping, but a lot of California women tend to like the Apatinis, the vodka Red Bull, shots, purple hooter, what I'm saying, that girly drinks and stuff. Well, you're kind of like tough. That's hardcore.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I live rurally in California in the mountains, so maybe that's why I have that.
That's probably why.
Midwest
you're not downtown LA or San Francisco or San Diego. No. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what it is. That's rubbing off. That shows you're a mountain woman.
However, I do like a good cocktail. I don't think I've ever bought a shot at a bar. That seems like a waste. Yeah. So you want to, be able to sip, right?
Yeah. Or have guys buy it for you, right? You don't work the guys? Well, the husband's there, so maybe.
I don't even know. I've rarely been bought drinks.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. I'm not that person. I don't go to bars to hit on men or get picked
No,
up or
I know.
anything like that.
I know, that's cool.
Or wasn't, because I haven't been married that long. Maybe it's been a decade now.
Okay.
But I think one of my favorite things as far as being bought drinks is I was at a mod club in Los Angeles. Do you know what mod music is? They dress in all black and really cute. Like,
there are other terms for that. There was one term we used to call them, and I actually, we called them art fat. You know what I'm saying? I don't actually. Okay, there you go. I didn't know if it was a word. I don't know what the hell we can do and can't do.
It's the same.
When we were younger, we called them art fags. In fact, there was a band called the Dead Milkmen. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Okay, the Dead Milkmen had a song called "You'll Dance to Anything," and they had a line in there, and it said, "What was it?" It was like, "You dressed in black and think you're poetic, but in truth, you're just pathetic." And it was like the art fags. It was them ripping on that culture, or whatever you want to call it. So, but I haven't heard of what do you call them? Momos? What?
Oh, mods. Like, basically, it was really popular in the 90s, where it was people that were listening to like music from the 60s and stuff like that. And if you ever heard of the band Pulp was Pulp was like the top tier modern music of the 90s that like represented the mods. And anyway, I was at a mod club, and I went to the bar to get a Guinness, and the guy sitting there, I guess, thought that was impressive. And so he bought me another Guinness, and he's like, I'll buy you Guinnesses as long as you stand here and talk to me. So I pounded. He bought me a Guinness, and I pounded it, and then he bought me another one. And I pounded it, and I'm like, "Okay, bye, thank you." And went back with my friends. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
Kind of I guess, but
no, that's cool. Sometimes, I mean, if it's slow, you want a customer to hang out and talk to you. You know, it's like the realistic version of live streaming. If you're live streaming and no one's watching, it's kind of boring and stupid. But if you have someone there in the chat that you can talk to, there you go. You know my point? All right. Hey. So, yeah.
Oh, just one thing that made me feel really good today, and I think it probably came from you tweeting about this show. Somebody's like, "Oh, I've never seen your profile before. Wow, that's cool." And then went and backed the campaign. I was like, "Oh, wow,
perfect!"
I was so happy.
There you go. Yeah, it's always a win when you get a backer, and it's like people don't realize how that can make your whole day or your whole week or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's really tough, and especially when like I'm like a fucking ghost. I mean, like no one knows who the fuck I am. So my campaigns are a pain in the ass. It's like, it's like squeezing water out of a fucking rock. So when I do get the occasional backer, it not only does it make my day, it makes my week or longer, because it's probably another week before I get a backer. You know what I'm saying? So yes, getting backers are very important for your campaigns. So we've covered smoking, we've covered drinking and bars. Let's talk about first of all, let's talk about Flip City Magazine. Okay, and I'm gonna give me a second to share the page. I got the Flip City site up here, so let me see if I can share this. But start telling us about Flip City Magazine.
Yeah, absolutely. So Flip City Magazine was created in our minds in 2019. Both my husband and myself are pretty damn anti-establishment type people.
Right.
And we were trying to figure out something to do with Scott's talents. And he is an illustrator. I did not know he was as fantastic of a writer as he actually is. Okay. But he's really good. Anyway, so we decided to create a magazine to push back on the establishment and woke and cancel culture and censorship and all that bullshit that we all kind of hate, and make fun of it. So we came up with the idea because, like Mad and Crack, they were dead. It's like, dude, there's a torch playing there. We got to pick it up. And Scott was the perfect man for the job because he grew up reading those. He was not a comic book fan, but he was a funny magazine fan. Okay. So he studied them and really knew a lot about satire and how to write it. So the first 3 editions that we published were all him, written and illustrated by him. And so you'll see him pop up when the Stacking the Laughs recycles. The first 3 are all him. And then we started gaining attention through I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Salty Cracker. His stream.
I think I've seen him. I've seen the icon. That's about as much as I know.
Yeah. Well, he's got a really savagely supportive audience, and I was able to get his attention and his wife's attention. So they started talking about Flip City Magazine, and we were able to build a following and our subscriber base. And also people got to know, I'm sorry. We were able to attract artists, more artists.
Cool.
So that really helped in all the ways possible, getting ourselves an audience and getting ourselves help creatively. And then we've just been building from there. As far as crowdfunding, we just started crowdfunding about a year ago, and I'm practicing how to do it better and better. So with this launch that we just had on Friday for volume 23, what I'm calling this campaign is a down and dirty 30. We're only running it for 30 days and seeing how much we can raise. Gotcha. And we did the thing that most people do, which is a launch party. And we were able to raise $400 during the launch party. And it felt so good. And it was so awesome to be able to interact with the people in the chat as they're backing. Because they're like, oh, I'm backer this number, or I just backed that. And I'm like, oh, dude, we are doing this every time we do a campaign, a launch party. So Kurt, if you haven't done a launch party, do it. Highly recommended.
Okay. I'm still getting to know even not only am I still getting a little familiar. I'm mostly familiar with streaming. I'm I don't know, 80% comfortable, but even crowdfunding, because I just started my first campaign. I started just a year ago, and I'm on my third campaign, and they're not huge, complicated, crazy shit, because I am alone. I work alone. Everything I do from start to finish, just me, no other writers or artists or nothing. So my audience is small. Oh, who we got? Someone in here?
Yeah, amazing gaming productions.
Cool. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, it's good you're bringing people in, because like I said, I have like one or two people usually watch this, and that's about it. And I don't even see them tonight. They probably forgot. So, but yeah, so even crowdfunding, I'm still getting to know. So as for a launch party, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, you just tell people on Twitter or what?
Okay, so so let's do the blind leading the blind thing, right?
Sure, right. Yep. Sounds
so
good.
Like for me in particular, like I've been doing a lot more networking within the indie crowdfunding space. So, and been watching a lot more of their streams so I can learn from them. I'm really just looking for as many freaking friends as possible in the space. So they'll talk about my project and I'll do the same back for them. And I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty fun. I feel like for the first time, I'm actually kind of starting to be part of a community, because that's cool. Kind of what it is. The whole Iron Age and Comicsgate thing. It's a community. The only thing is I really want to, I get nervous because number one, I have social media anxiety. Like I hate social media. And number two is I am anti-drama 100%. I've never been the person that gossips or spreads gossip or goes like, oh, let's, that person's, being gossiped about, this is awesome. I hate that shit. So I get scared. I get a little scared. I'm like, I don't want any drama. Like, but I also, it's kind of like gaydar. You know how you can have gaydar? It's kind of like I have dramadar. Like if I can sense any kind of drama, I'm probably just going to stop talking to you.
Right. I hear you. Yeah.
And I come across those couple of people and I'm like, probably not for me.
Yeah. It's, I keep, I'm supposed to call it X, but I'm used to calling it Twitter. Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Call it Twitter. Be part of the cool kids.
Yeah, we're old generation. We're old school. Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously there's drama all the fucking time in every corner of Twitter. And that's another reason why I feel like, I'm purposely a ghost. Like I've never been on a show before. Like any show. And when
on a show?
And that was Aaron's reaction. Like what, 2-3 weeks ago, Aaron was on.
Oh, dude.
Aaron's like he's like a show whore. He's like, oh, I'm this show at night, this in the day. And
now see, I would have called him a social butterfly, but damn, you went straight for the throat.
He's a show ho. Aaron, if you're watching, you're a show ho, motherfucker. But no, good for him because that's how you get success and backers, and I don't. It's like I've never been on a show, and my campaigns are just squeaking by. If I was more like Aaron, maybe I'd have more. I mean, I don't fucking know, but I'm the same way. I see it everywhere, every corner of the drama, the backstabbing, the bullshit, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to deal with any of this. You know what I mean? So I basically say, for the record, I'm an ally to Comicsgate, but I feel like I'm not actually in Comicsgate because I don't think I'm in Comicsgate. I'm an ally to them. I think it's cool. I agree with their shit. But because I'm like a ghost, I'm such a new, unknown small creator. They haven't really
reached out to you. Done
or whatever, man.
Well, hey,
I'm not an ass kisser, so I'm not going to be like, hey, notice me. I fucking hate that. But that's what you have to do to get noticed. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So here I am.
I think there's fun ways to play with it. Like, for example, the whole Kitty Phillips thing. She's a character. It's really neat.
Right.
Don't tell anybody. Anyway, so that's what I did. I'm like, you know what? Christy really hates social media, but Kitty can be that person that, like, unashamedly, and she's still working on it. That character's still working on being like, look at me, you know, because it feels disingenuous often enough, like, and I just want to be as genuine as possible. And that sounded mean to anybody that does it. It's just my own bullshit. I don't think you're disingenuous if you're pushing your own stuff. I mean, that's exactly what you got to do. But what I have to say to you, Kurt, you should come on Creative Chaos and make it your first show. Let me pop your cherry.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, let me know because, like I said, Aaron, same reaction. He was just like, I was like, I've never been on a show. He was like, really? It was almost like he was looking at me like I was weird, and I'm just like, no, man. I'm like, I don't ask people to come on shows. If they invite me, of course I'll come on. That's how I'm like a vampire. You know what I'm saying? Kitty, Miss Kitty. I'm like, I don't come to your house unless I'm invited. I guess that's just how I say. And I don't want to come on someone's show unless I'm invited. You know what I mean? And so no one's invited me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my own fucking show then. I mean, literally, that's why I started this 2.5 months ago, because I'm like, well, not okay. First of all, not the whole there. Like a year ago, there was a lot of people going on shows. All these big creators were having little creators and medium creators on their shows. And there's all this network and all these shows. And then about 6 months ago, or give or take, shit started to happen, drama, and it seems like it all fucking stopped. And now everyone is in their own little tribes, their own little groups, and they stay amongst themselves and on their shows. But like people like me, I'm fucked because I'm not in the tribe. You know what I mean? And Aaron acknowledged that. We kind of talked about that briefly when he was on, because he knows, you know what I mean? But the difference between Aaron and me, Aaron, I was like, he just doesn't give a shit, And that's what you have to do. You have to just say, hey, man, can I come on your show? Or, hey, chick, can I come on your show? Or whatever. And I'm just like, I can't do that. Well, okay, well, there's your difference. His campaigns are a lot more successful than mine. So if I was more like Aaron, it would probably work out. Unfortunately, right now, I can't be. Like, just streaming to me was a hurdle. And like you say, like, you don't like, you don't like social media and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. You know what you have to do? Well, first thing, the alter ego. That's what you have. You have an alter ego. So yeah, let go of yourself, become your character, and then do your thing. You know what I mean? Or what I do, you just stop giving a shit. I don't fucking care. If no one's watching this, I'm going to fucking do it anyways. If I only have 5 or 10 backers, I'm still going to make the fucking book anyways. You know what I mean? It's like, you just kind of have to stop giving a shit and do what you want to fucking do. And if people think it's cool, then they think it's cool. And if they don't, they don't. But that doesn't mean you have to stop. You know what I'm saying? As in, don't let the crowd intimidate you. Don't let the popular shit intimidate you. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. Do what the fuck you want to do. And I guarantee someone out there will think you're cool, watch your show, back your project, whatever. And that's just my advice to you. But well, I don't know shit. So
well, it's,
maybe don't listen to me.
No, it's actually perfect advice. And it's kind of one of the things that I've it's not something I'm slowly been learning. I've known that all along. I've known it all in theory, but practicing is different than theory. But I've been practicing it more and really giving way more than less than half a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've watched your shows, and in fact, I remember I was gonna DM you, and I decided not to, so I'll just tell you in person. I was watching your shows to polish up my shows, because your shows are very professional, but they're not too professional. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Like,
no,
it's all planned out, and everything's a fucking act, and everything's a fake. It's like, you're a fucking real person. You're talking like we are right here, but you have this good like system on your shows, and just little things like
format. It's a format.
And I'm like, I need to do that. So because of you, I've been trying to improve like my show bit by bit. So I want to thank you for that. Because so you get credit because your shows just seems like my kind of fit, so to speak. Like,
why aren't you in there chatting it up with me, bitch?
I'm too busy work. Honestly, I have there's a very big.
I was kind of kidding.
No, I know, but I have cut down on my YouTube consumption. There is a very, very big, probably the king, I guess you'd say, of independent comics. I don't really name call here because I'm paranoid. I'm like, if someone tells them and then you talking shit about, But I think you know what I'm talking about. The king of.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go on. Leave the name out.
The big guy of indie comics. I'm talking about. He seems kind of froggy. And I used to. I watch his shows every fucking night. I watch them all the time. And but I basically stopped watching them because I am so focused on the work. I just have like background music, like mood music playing when I'm drawing or writing or editing or Photoshop or whatever the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? And then literally I work, 7 days a week. I mean, this is like mostly all I fucking do. And that's why this streaming on Sunday nights, to me, this is therapy. This is me able to cut loose with someone or with no one and just vent, fuck everybody, Satanists everywhere. And yes, everything sucks and whatever. Because every Sunday night I can just kind of vent and cut loose, and I'm not fucking drawing and writing and Photoshop and typing all that shit. Because like I said, everything I do is I do it all. So it's constant work. So watching YouTube shows, lately I don't even do that. But I will have to make an effort, a conscious effort, to watch more of your shows because I was there for like a week or two and they were pretty cool. It's like, man, I'm like out of the whole YouTube thing watching stuff now. So I'll have to go back and watch your shows.
Hey, I feel exactly what you were saying because I get a little bit obsessed with watching live chats. Like I can't watch live things if I have work to do.
Right.
And I almost always have work to do because what my job is to market the magazine. And that goes way beyond social media marketing. It is like communicating with our subscribers and e-blasting and all this. And I'm also learning how to do all of this stuff at the same time. So it takes a lot of brain power. So I'm exactly the same way. I will put on music. And it actually, it feels better. Like I have way less stress if I'm just listening to music while I'm working. If I'm listening to any kind of podcasting, like it's like, it amps me up and like, it hurts my body almost. Like I feel myself tensing up and all this, no matter what the programming is, unless of course it's programming about Tartaria. Because I can listen to that in the background any day. I'm sure you don't know what Tartaria is, but I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist. But it's a deep conspiracy. It's crazy.
Cool. When I work, in fact, not only do I listen to music, but it can't have lyrics. It's like movie soundtracks. game soundtracks, movie soundtracks, TV series soundtracks, even words like lyrics fucks with me because if I'm concentrating and writing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, shut the fuck up, you know? But so I really get artistic and in the zone because I've got, you know, just this like symphony music playing or, you know, big soundtracks and shit going. And that's how I do my work. So yeah, I hear what you're saying about the live streams because you're constantly looking over because you'll hear something, laugh, and you're like, okay, what I missed, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
it's the FOMO. It's the FOMO if you're not participating in chat. It's like I have to see what people are saying about what was just said.
Right.
Oy, yeah.
So again, that's a good break. You know, like when I'm burnt out on drawing or writing, whatever. It's just like, you know, I'm just gonna kick back for an hour or two and catch up on all the shit, all the dirt, all the fucking drama, whatever the fuck it is. You know, all the shit I'm missing out on purposely because I'm not involved in this. And it's entertaining, but that's the whole point of a lot of the big streamers is they even say, you know, we're doing this for entertainment. A lot of this is acts, and it is, you know, a lot of the big streamers, it's like an act. It's that really not that way. Some of them are, but some of them, no, it's a character on a YouTube, you know, show. So you just got to be careful with judging people because people don't always, they don't appear as they always seem. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but you seem pretty down to earth and pretty cool to me. We could definitely hang out and drink together. You know what I'm saying? I
think so. I think we'd have a really good time. But you know, unfortunately, you left the left coast, in favor of the east of the Rockies, and that's something too. I did want to bring up.
What's up?
I recently did a thing as part of my marketing thing. I took my subscriber list and I realized you could upload it to a map thing and it'll put pins for every one of your one of your addresses, right? So I'm like, oh dude, I want to see a visual of what our subscriber base looks like. Mm-hmm. So I did that and I looked and we are flooded. Like a good majority of our subscribers are east of the Rockies and the west. On the coast all the way up, it's pretty good, but like from after the coast and moving further east to the Rockies, it's kind of sparse. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, that's actually really interesting. Like an interesting thing to know about my subscriber base is a lot of them are East Coast. And then I started thinking, I'm like, maybe it is just because more people are crammed in. I have no idea.
Could be.
Yeah, but I asked my co-host on the Creative Chaos show, I'm like, well, what do you think that's all about? And he's like, and his theory was that the original satires like Mad and Cracked were actually, East Coast stuff. True. And so, they just had bigger followings there. Maybe, that's just kind of the personality of people that live on the East is kind of that more savage sense of humor, like, I want to claw your eyes out with comedy.
Yeah. You hear that when it comes to like New Jersey, Boston, they're tough cities to live and work and, socialize. And Bostonians, New Yorkers and Jerseys, they have stereotypes. I mean, Chrysler and TV shows, it's very like, tough guy mafias. I mean, even the women, they'll tell you straight on your face on the street to fuck off if you say the wrong thing. And where other places, not so much, a little more polite, So I think the East Coast is kind of hardcore, at least when it comes to the cities. So you're right. But Mad and Crack, as a kid, I do remember those magazines, and I know I had some. And they're awesome. And it is cool to see you guys have that here with Flip Cities, where it's the same kind of thing, right?
It is. I mean, they're very much modeled after, the Mad and Cracked. Because like I said, a torch was dropped, it had to be picked up. But can I tell you an anecdote about visiting the East Coast as a Californian?
Of course.
Okay, so in 2014, we were working on a documentary. And so we went to the East Coast to interview a bunch of people. And we were invited to one of our interviewees' houses very kindly. We did the interview, and then afterwards, I went downstairs and I was thanking the wife for allowing us to use their house. And just we're standing there having a decent conversation with her. And after about 10 minutes of our conversation, she said, "Oh, where are you guys from anyways?" And I said, "Oh, California." And she's like, "Oh, California? Well, no wonder you're so nice." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I was just being myself." She's like, "Well, you hear all the time that, Californians are nice, but it's fake nice. But I could tell you're a real nice person." I'm like, I didn't know those perceptions existed, but yeah, I'd like to think I'm a real nice person and not fake.
No, that's the difference between being polite and friendly. There are polite people and they're polite, Then there are friendly people, and the friendly people are the ones who actually are more real, down to earth. Those are the ones who actually will eventually become friends. Someone who's just like polite to you all the time, that they're just, it's manners. It's just manners. And I guess in a way, if you want to, stereotype Californians, I would definitely say, having lived there, you're right. A lot of polite people, but not as friendly. Obviously there are, stereotypes. They've never 100% across the board. But so you would be friendly and not necessarily a polite person, which is really cool, because that's who I try to associate with now. Is just the friendly people. Polite, okay, fine, polite, but again, they're just being polite. That's cool. I guess it's better than being rude, right? So I don't know.
Well, yeah. However, I think I'd prefer somebody to be genuinely rude than fake polite.
No, I agree. I would rather. Yeah, definitely. I just want real people. I hate acts. I hate fakes. I hate all that fucking shit. And it's like, just be real, man. That's all I gotta say. And you seem that way, obviously. I don't think if you were, you wouldn't be here wasting your time with me. So I appreciate it. But anyway, so what? Okay, now this campaign. Let's talk. Is the campaign still going?
Yes, we actually we launched on Friday. You're my first podcast that I'm visiting on my podcast tour besides the launch party. So
okay,
a lot of pressure on you and your audience.
Great. Awesome. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Okay, so what is how do I get to where is this? Where is the
okay,
campaign?
So go to fundmycomic.com/flipcity23 and it'll take you directly to the campaign. And while you're getting that up, I'm kind of disappointed in your chat, because this is something I did. I did lurk your YouTube to see how many people are watching your stream. No, but that's the thing. Maybe people watch it later, but you're getting up to 85 views.
You and Aaron, he says the same shit. He said the same shit. I
guess me and Aaron are like soulmates.
I just think
I didn't know.
Yeah, I think you're cut from the same form or whatever, maybe from the same place, because okay, I'm on FundMyComic now. What's let me do this.
Well, if you're on the homepage, just scroll down a little bit, because we're new. So
and what's it?
I think we're on the third line.
It's called what?
Flip City.
Flip City. Oh, there it is. Bam. Got it. Okay, let me share the screen. I'm clicking on it.
All right. Yeah, actually, because I would like to talk a little bit about our perks, because we have stuff up there that we don't sell on our store. Okay. Actually, almost everything we don't sell on our store.
Hang on. I'm closing up Windows.
What I needed.
What's that?
I just got a beer delivery. So.
Oh, perfect.
This is how much me and Scott can telepathically communicate.
Very cool. All right, let me get this. Hold on. Where's the? There we go. Pow. Share. Bam. Got it. Okay, so here is your FundMyComic campaign.
Yeah, my FundMyComic down and dirty 30-day campaign. $411.
Gotcha.
So that's shit. I just spilled some beer on my lap.
Are you getting sloppy drunk? I know all about women who are sloppily drunk.
Your favorite kind, right?
Hell yeah. You don't want a straight-laced drunk woman. You want the sloppy kind.
Okay, so I do want to point out a couple of things here.
All right.
Great quote from Mike Barron, much
Which
funnier
is,
than
oh,
that.
here we go.
He
Yes.
freaking loves, like really loves Flip City.
That's
We just the other day went on the Baron Earl show, and he was, every time I talk to Mike, he's very complimentary, basically. And I'm like, thank you so much, Mike. It makes my heart expand like at least 10 times its regular size. And not because I eat too much bacon.
You can never eat too much bacon.
No, I agree. But okay, so great quote from Mike. But our very first featured reward is the $45 tier, and that actually gets you 4 magazines. I freaking love this one because what I'm doing is it includes the one we're crowdfunding for, volume 23, which will be in mailboxes in January. But it also includes the previous 3. So that is volume 22, 21, and 20. And what's awesome about this is that I'm packing the, 20 through 21. So 20 through 22, 20, 21, 22. I'm packaging those up at campaign close and mailing them out. And then you're going to get 23 later in January. So you actually get 2 mailings. So that's a great thing. Like if you really, really wanted to support and you have the extra cash and you think, you have friends that love comedy or satire or loved Mad or Cracked, it's a great Christmas gift. So I'm really proud of that tier. That's a pretty cool one.
That's
cool. And then we're offering free shipping on the print edition, which is awesome. You don't get that very often in the indie scene, and it's only because we're in the unique position of shipping for our subscribers anyway. Right, get a discounted bulk rate. So we're not charging you for shipping. So it's $12 flat if you live in the USA. Gotcha. And then the digital edition, we never sell individual digital copies. So that's crowdfunding exclusive as well. $6. So you guys in the UK and Australia can get it for $6.
Yep. Dude, digital is so popular because that's what the issues I've had to deal with is overseas shipping and stuff, and digital is the way to solve that problem. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. You can offer it for shipping across the world, but it's not going to be cheap. Hey, guess what? We've got a special visitor, Scott.
Oh yeah,
hey, I thought I'd just drop in here and say hi. I had something in the oven, but I got it out.
Hey, welcome. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you, Kurt?
Cool. You're okay. Who are you? You're Scott. You're her husband, or?
Yeah, I'm Scott.
Okay, cool. So this is the power duo, the creative team, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's us.
Cool.
Well,
the power team.
I'm not that creative.
Yeah, she
handles. But you're a team.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly.
God, yeah.
Well, what I like to bill Scott as is the mad mind behind Flip City.
Okay.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
Plus, I really know how you are in private.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a team effort here all the way, man. I couldn't do anything without Christy's support.
Right. Yeah, it's a give and take, and as it should be. But what's cool is not only as a creative team, but as a husband and wife.
As a sex team.
Okay, well, there's that too.
All right.
Well, I don't know. He was stumbling. I thought
leave it to Christy. Leave it to Christy to just state the fucking obvious. Okay, yes, you got us there.
Yeah.
Your husband and I are both a little we're like, oh, sure.
Hey, but I gotta point out. By the way, Kurt, because blind leading blind, right?
Yeah.
Highlight not so courteous Curtis's response. Thing. I bet you can do that. Let's pop that on screen.
Hold on. It says show.
Yay!
Oh, there we go. Hey, thanks, Christy. I've never done that before.
You learned
all
it.
I gotta do is click on the Jesus Christ. That's simple.
That actually is why StreamYard is so used and super helpful. So
we did. So everybody, look, there's this.
Isn't that great?
This and then there's this.
Hi guys.
There's this and then there's this.
You
see, I told you, man. I'm still getting this. And unfortunately, StreamYard is what do you call it? User friendly. Very user friendly.
Yes, very user friendly. So, anyway, thank you. Not so courteous, Curtis. $28, 28 days left and 80. Actually, that looks
Yes.
really good together. We got a palindrome of numbers.
Mhm.
82% already. You're doing great.
Yeah, that is.
And I feel
That's
that.
awesome.
I feel the same way. We're so blessed and quite happy with how things are going over on FundMyComic. Because I got to be honest, I didn't do the correct thing last time, like as far as like really trying to promote on our last campaign, and we made $30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Gotta
little
get out there,
embarrassing.
yeah.
No, but you know what? They're more. I mean, it sucks, but there more campaigns don't reach their goal than people realize, and I fucking hate seeing it. It sucks because as a creator and a crowdfunder doing this stuff, it's like my bar set real fucking low. Like I'm not like I need 4,000. It's like 500 is cool with me. You know what I mean? And that way it's easier to hit that goal, right? But the ones that it kills me when I see these campaigns fail, and I'm like, oh God, that sucks. You know what I mean? It's like that would suck. So don't feel you're not alone. There are a lot of campaigns.
No. I did not feel alone. It was really kind of one of those things where I'm like, I didn't do everything that I needed to do. We're just going to let this run and see what happens. And I'm not going to call attention to it. But, you know, us being kind of a self-deprecating type of like sassy brand, it is kind of funny now to bring it up. I'm like, okay, that one's over. We're doing better on this one. I'm going to tell everybody we made $30 last time.
That's all right.
We're gonna sweat it too much. You know, we locked that campaign in and went. Got tied up and couldn't support it too much, but so what? Moving on.
Well, it's all live and learn, man. I mean, like I said, you know, there's no fucking playbook how to do this, and even if there was, every campaign's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just take us for example, because after all, it's all about us, isn't it?
That's why we're here.
Right. My campaign is completely different than your campaign because mine is like dark fantasy, horror-esque. It's like geared more towards adults, like 18 over. You know what I mean? Yours is more like, you know, Mad Magazine and crack and stuff. So it's that satire, parody, comedy. I don't have fucking any of that shit in my store. So it's two different campaigns. So I don't think you can just follow the same method.
Oh, no way.
Because everything's different. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, our brand is to be self-deprecating, but then also like we're the coolest shit in the world. Like we what would you call that?
Schizophrenic.
Sure, it works for me. Yes, it is. It's insane. So take the ride with us. Go back us on FundMyComic. But So we don't this next tier we don't ever offer. Yeah, that's whatever.
The 15 or are we down to the 70? Are we down to the 70?
Yeah, we're going to go to that one.
70.
So that's our 10 pack. And I'm kind of marketing that to anybody that has a retail location or a lot of friends that you either want to help make them laugh or piss them off.
Right.
So,
cool. And then you got all sorts of, man, you guys really got a spread here. Well, you got the 70, now you got the 60 digital overload.
Yeah, dude, 22 digital editions for $60.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, we're going on 1,000 pages now. We're almost there.
Wow, really? Okay, how many pages per magazine? Like,
well, from here on out, we're getting distribution now, so it's lined up to be 68 pages.
As a yeah,
68 pages per magazine.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they haven't that. Some have been bigger, but
dude,
you know, we need some consistency to go retail. So that's about the market to hit.
Yeah. So
that's 68. That's good. I mean, that's a lot of content. That's cool.
Thank goodness this guy doesn't get writer's block.
I was going to say, or run out of ideas, right? You have
to. Well, turns out after getting an illustration degree, I'm actually a better writer than an illustrator. So it's really helped to team up with all of these illustrators who can take this stuff on and do it justice and do just such a great job.
That's cool. And then, so that was 60 digital overload. Now we're at 250 indie advertising.
Oh yeah. That one I'm actually really happy about. So we've actually sold to this point since the campaign launched one business card size ad and a full page.
Oh,
well, a
cool.
full page is committed.
Okay.
We haven't sold. We haven't gotten the money yet.
Well,
but I know he'll buy it.
It is highly advised that print magazines take on some advertising to cover the cost. And we're not, I think, even run that many pages, maybe a couple of pages of ads and 68 pages. So, So
this allows other people to advertise in the magazine.
Yeah.
Correct. And what I did is I pretty much discounted our regular ad rates by 25%. That's why I'm calling it, indie advertising for any indie publications that want to run an ad in the magazine. I'm discounting most of it up to 25%. I don't think I gave 25% off for the smallest ad, but anyway, it's a great deal. Something that I'm excited about that. And if you wanted to bring it back up, you can see in the image, if you wanted to bring the campaign back up, you can see in the image, the map.
Like at the top of the campaign? The top of the campaign? Where? Bring what up?
Oh, just bring the campaign back up so it's on screen.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm looking at it. I didn't share a screen. Yeah. See how I am? I told you.
No, you're fine. Oh, see, how'd you get back up there? You got scrolled down.
No, like I said, I was looking through. Okay, so we're at. We want the. Where were we? We were at the advertising.
Right there. Right. Yeah. So you'll see in the image that I have in the perk. The little map there and how it's super blue on the East Coast. We were just talking about that.
Oh, that's what yeah.
Cool. So that's our subscriber base. What I think is really cool about offering the discounted rate to the indies, especially because we just got accepted for distribution, is our circulation can actually be a lot more than what it shows there, depending on how many comic book shops I can sell Flip City to. Sure. So people you kind of have to take the risk with us. And if I'm successful in my guerrilla marketing to these comic book shops, our circulation could really explode, but you're getting the rate based just on our subscriber list. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. And you got more. It just keeps coming. Oh, here's a big one. 300. Boom. What's this? Indie advertising. Oh, full page.
Right. And yeah, that's for the full page. And that's the thing. I actually just added that yesterday because of the person that wants to buy a full page. I was talking to Scott and I'm like, oh, how should we do this? And he said, oh, just go ahead and add a perk so that FundMyComic can get their 2%. Right. And also it adds to our total, making us look a little more legit, I guess.
Yeah.
I think so. Every dollar counts. And we just picked up another $12 there from a contributor. I don't know who that was, but thank you.
Very cool.
That must be for one issue, but you'll enjoy that issue.
Yes, you will.
Well, as in you did, like just now, you got it? Like just now?
Yeah.
So it came from the stream. Hey, new backer. If you're in there, out there, just say you backed us. I'd love to say thank you
don't
personally.
Be shy. If you're backer, if you're in the chat, say I just backed your project. Do whatever.
Exactly, and we can all celebrate together.
Yeah.
You know what I need? I need for these streams, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a big load of confetti. And I'm going to throw it every time. I'm going to just mess. I'm going to set your OCD off, Kurt. And I'm going to make a mess of my own office.
Oh, man. Yeah, I couldn't do that. You know what? Believe it or not, I actually can set my OCD aside. And if I ever got to that point where I was doing like what you guys do, I could throw glittery confetti all over the fucking place. And the only thing is, when it's over, it would just take me a fucking hour to sweep it up and put everything back together. That's how it is. I deal with it. You know what I mean? But that's cool. Well, maybe the backer's not in chat. That's fine.
And that $12 came from Tyler, by the way. Thanks, Tyler.
I know Tyler.
You know Tyler?
He actually is in chat, but he's incognito, and I'm not going to say who he is. But
all right.
Tyler actually was the first backer for my current campaign. and he has been my number one promoter. This guy does the whole takes pictures of himself holding my book on Twitter and posts it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
I love
he's a
that
gem.
shit.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that stuff. Well, that's something too that for years I've been encouraging our readers to do. A bonus that new people get is a handcrafted tinfoil hat that gets sent to them. And
that
I
picture
encourage.
of yours.
You've seen it? Oh no, not mine.
The photo.
Oh well, yes,
you're wearing one.
Yes, I am wearing one. I have actually another one here on the desk. We're not going to bring that out right now.
Okay.
But no, every person that buys a past edition of Flip City gets a handcrafted tinfoil hat.
Oh, cool.
In the package as well. So,
cool.
And I encourage them to send pictures of themselves wearing it. And I always get so excited when somebody sends me one of those.
And you're going to need that hat. You're going to need that hat at election time here.
Yeah.
Keep out all the bad space rays.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It is cool to see that when someone shows that they've received your book or whatever, like for like you guys magazines, something like that. It's really fucking cool that someone does that, and people don't do it enough. And I would just simply say, do it because it helps us big time. It's really cool because it also it validates us because there are instances I've heard of in the past and more shit, but where there's con artists, I guess you'd say. That's what I call these assholes who they don't deliver. You know what I'm saying? They do this campaign. We all heard those stories, and it's actually true. Fortunately, there's not a lot of them, thank God. But there have been individuals who have basically conned people into getting their money, and then they kill the campaign or disappear or don't deliver. And the problem is then that reputation can like float over the rest of us. And so someone like me who nobody knows, they may be like, well, this fucking old hippie may be full of shit. Maybe he doesn't deliver. And I'm just like, I actually do. And here's my proof. Because this guy's gotten it and this woman's gotten it and this guy's gotten it. So my whole point is if you're a backer or whatever, man, post pictures of that on Twitter. Show people, yes, this creator's legit. I received their shit on time in one piece. And it helps all of us. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing too, that I'm super excited to be crowdfunding more and building a network within the indie space is that seems like the backers of campaigns seem more likely than like our regular subscribers or people that buy one-off from our store are going to like be on social media and like, yay, I got this. We do get that every once in a while.
Right.
I'm excited to get the backers who are really going to be super thrilled when the magazine comes through and do that picture thing and tag us and like, that excites me. And yes, like you said, it's morale boosting.
Yeah. Very. I'm hoping that, seeing volume 23 inspires some confidence in backers. We made good on 22 copies.
Right.
So far, you'll get 23.
Yes.
So now you have another one, a $350 collector's super pack. Can we see this? I'm showing it right. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like if you click on it, but so that one, that's something we do sell on our store. We have limited it to only 100 of those packages available. What's cool about that is we have 4 editions that are out of print or like sold out on our store. So you can't get them anywhere except for in the collector's pack. And we bag and board them. I know that's kind of typical for like all comic books, but when we send out regular magazines, they're not bagged and boarded. They come in an envelope. We don't do the Gemini thing or anything like that.
There is a bag.
There, well, okay, but not bagged and boarded.
There's no bag, no board.
Yeah, but it also comes with a certificate of awesometicity signed by the publishers, which is us, and a handcrafted gold foil hat. So
that's cool, man. Yeah,
gold blocks out more of those rays than tinfoil actually.
It's not actually made out of gold, though.
I've heard that about gold.
Right? No.
Maybe gold lined. It says gold lined. Gold lined.
Okay.
They're like, damn, that's a deal.
Got us.
This is cool, man. Wow, what you have a lot of options here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Something for everyone.
6.
There's Joey B.
7, 8, 9 tiers. Wow, that's cool, man. You got a good variety. Well, I'm glad you at least picked up one backer from this show, so it wasn't a complete waste of time.
Dude. Well, Kurt, I gotta guarantee
Yes.
you because by the way, I don't know if you were here for this conversation. Kurt has actually not ever been on anybody else's stream. So I said,
Never.
dude, you gotta come on Creative Chaos.
Sure.
What I can pretty much guarantee you'll get 0 backers from my campaign, my show. It's gonna have a good time though.
Okay.
I'll be comfortable because I'm so used to that. You know, as soon as like if I got like too many backers, I don't know what the fuck I'd do. I'd probably like hide. You know, I'd be like, oh my God, this is too much. I can't handle it. You know what I mean? So I'm used to this slow, steady climb, you know. But no, I would love to be in your show. And again, talk to me, you know, outside. Have your people talk to my people. And we'll.
That's right. Kitty will get hold of you.
Yeah. And just whenever. Because Aaron actually did invite me onto his show sometime in like December. And so he's, you know, obviously very busy, or he's just blowing me off and hoping I'll forget.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Aaron from Immortal Rising.
I'm going to be on Aaron's show during the. I don't have my calendar up right now, but it is during this Down and Dirty 30. So cool. I'm excited to hang out with him on his side because he came in, hung out with me. So
yeah, well, he said, you know, sometime in December I'll come on his show. So if I come on your show after December, then Aaron breaks my cherry. But if I come on your show before December, then you guys can break my cherry.
Oh,
both of you. I say more the merrier. Scott,
I'll be there.
Don't hold back, brother.
I'll stop it.
I'm kidding.
You will? You're going to come to my show?
Is Jerry popping?
That doesn't ever happen.
Oh, well, it has happened.
Oh, it is. Well, for the FAFOs.
Yeah.
For the FAFO shows, which, by the way, something anybody watching this before before October 31st, we're having a Halloween party on the Flip City Creative Chaos stream. I'm super duper excited about that one because Kitty actually did guarantee she will be available for that stream. So our Halloween stream, I'm going to be inviting a bunch of people to come tell their spooky stories, and we'll be doing a little bit of Flip City Halloween reads. We have a lot of Halloween content because we specialize in the horrors thrust upon mankind.
Right.
So
I am so pumped. I don't know why this year, but for some reason I was just talking to some friends and family about it. I am so pumped for Halloween this year, and I don't fucking know why. It's like, does it get cooler like the older you get? Because I think Halloween, you know, it's like for kids, but man, it's an adult holiday. You know what I'm saying? You can have fun on Halloween, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
He's not really much of a Halloween person. I like Halloween.
Are you more of a Christmas guy?
Yeah, sure.
Or New Year's, or maybe Labor
I
Day.
just don't dress up to Halloween. It's fun though. But
I don't dress up either, man. I don't need to because I mean I look weird enough. But it's like I love hanging out. I have 2 nieces. My sister has 2 girls, and they're both teenagers now, like young teens. Yeah. So it's cool having them around for holidays because you know children make holidays even magical or whatever. But anyways, Halloween's fucking cool because most of my family, believe it or not, are into horror. Like they're hardcore horror. I kind of skirt the edge of horror, but there's certain shit that I won't even watch. You know what I mean? A lot of movies I'm like, nah, this is too fucked up for me. But I have family who's like, anything, you know what I mean? So Halloween has that same feel, the horror. And so this Halloween, my brother already has like 2 really fucked up movies picked out that we're all going to watch together. I don't think my nieces, because they're too bad for my nieces, but anyways, Halloween's just fucking cool. That's right, the whole point.
Is it Human Centipede?
That's I knew you
saw that
were
one,
right in that one. You didn't know you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Dude, we wrote a piece about Human Centipede, and we haven't watched it.
Yeah. Watch it.
It's not that bad. Really?
No, it's bad, but the problem is it's been diluted because you've probably heard so much shit about it. So when you watch it, it's not going to be shock value. If you would have seen it like when it first came out, I think you'd be fucking horrified and have nightmares. But there's 2 or 3 more. Right? There's Human Centipede 2 and Human Centipede 3 and all this stuff. Okay, so when I finally was able to watch Human Centipede, I knew too much about it, so I had ruined it for myself. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, this wasn't that bad. What was I worried about? You know what I mean? However, then I started to research Human Centipede 2, and I'll never forget this quote. You know what this quote said about Human Centipede 2?
What's that?
They said, Human Centipede 2 makes the human centipede look like Bambi. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't watching fucking because if they compare that fucked up movie to Bambi, I said, yeah, I'm not watching.
That's pretty good.
So never watched that one.
No, we did a little piece on, what if this movie that you thought was just the most obscene piece of shock core was actually a brilliant statement about the system.
All right.
As
in,
well, we got a little attention from the director, right?
Tom Six.
Really?
A nod for that when somebody shared it. With
one of our readers added him with our piece, and he I don't know if he retweeted it or just liked it or something like that, but
that's cool.
He was saying, I think you're onto something here. There is a statement going on. It's just so systemic. It's like that's life, right? You go to work and you got to eat one person's shit while you shit in somebody else's mouth. Man, there's something brilliant about that.
That's cool. Yeah, anyone who's seen the Human Centipede, they know what we're talking about. If they don't, then watch the movie because it's fucked up. But yeah, they're getting crazier. Movies are getting crazy. It's just, again, because it's Halloween, the last week, I've been researching horror movies like recent ones, and I know some other people are doing this too. I mean, there's some fucked up shit out there, and I'm just like, how do they get away with it? Like it is really screwed up, offensive, gory, insane, and I'm just like, how do they get away with this, man? I guess anything goes now, right? I guess, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the society we're living in, right? I mean,
I guess. I haven't accepted it yet. I'm paranoid by nature. You say you're paranoid. I'm definitely paranoid. And just remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you and watching. Just remember that.
Exactly.
But I'm just so used to, I guess, having someone like look over me. I don't know what it is. I'm a scarred from cancel culture or something. But when I see all this crazy stuff out there, I keep thinking, how can they get away with this? Someone has to be offended and try to shut them down, but they don't. So I'm like, well, maybe you're right. Society has changed. Maybe everyone is completely fucked up. You tell me. I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting thought experiment. If we all I do question. I think once you stop questioning how fucked up you are, you're probably the most fucked up.
Probably.
If you've moved on to watching Saw 11, I mean, you've been through all of them. Maybe you should question yourself.
Well,
you know what?
I'll actually take it a step further. If you've moved on, or if you're watching Saw 11 and showing it to your children, there is no hope.
Yeah,
because there's those people out there. They're like, we're watching Saw 13. Yeah.
That's actually a franchise. That's one I refuse to watch. I haven't watched any of them.
No.
I have an issue with that whole prolonged suffering shit.
We're not horror.
I don't like
movie
watching
at all.
Suffer and cry and like this. It's like if it's like a really quick scene, okay. But the whole idea of Saw, where literally it's these poor fuckers who are like stuck and they're going through this crazy shit. They have to kill each other and take a key out of their stomach to. It's just like, man, I don't need this. I'm like, I'm gonna remember this shit. It's gonna fucking come out in the middle of the night or something like that. So I tend to watch lesser fucked up shows.
But you know what else I have a problem with?
What's that?
Like CSI Special Victims Unit. Every week it's another young girl who gets sexually molested and murdered. And what the hell is this on network television?
Hookers and strippers, right? It's always the hookers and strippers are constantly getting killed in the CSI shows.
Yeah, but I think kids, probably little girls and stuff.
CSI Las Vegas. I was living in Vegas when I was watching CSI Las Vegas, and I recognized some of the places I went to and lived with the helicopter shots. I'm like, oh shit, there's my apartment. You know what I mean? They actually filmed CSI Las Vegas in Las Vegas. And I just remember every episode was like, oh, they found a dead hooker cut up in the garbage. Oh, they find a stripper who's missing. And it was like, I know it's Vegas, but come on, it's not that many hookers and strippers in Vegas. There are, but they're not like everywhere. But you're right, man. It was constantly just women, dying, all this horrible shit. And you're like, okay, well,
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's murder porn. You know what Christy likes best?
What?
She likes shows about people who survived horrible things but didn't quite die, and then they didn't die.
They're happy stories. They didn't die.
We'll give an example.
I survived.
Yeah, I survived. Every show there's 3 different, people, and like
right.
2 of them got raped and slashed, and 1 got attacked by a bear. It's usually that's the balance. Like 2 rapes, 1 bear attack.
So have you seen Terrifier? Any of those movies?
No.
Dude.
We're not horror movie people. You
got to get the first Terrifier. Because there's 3, the 3's out in the theater right now. And everyone's going fucking crazy. Have you heard about this shit? Dude, everyone's like in love with the clown and they're in love with Terrifier and all this stuff. And it's so goddamn gory and crazy and insane. It's just like, here's this society. This is what's cool, I guess. But the first Terrifier is like, I don't know, 10 years old. It's like older, right? I just reviewed it, I think yesterday, and spoiled the whole fucking movie for myself, because that's what I do. But if you like that whole sort of victim survival crap, then you have to watch the first Terrifier.
Okay.
I don't like it. She does.
Where can I stream that? Do you know, sir?
I buy DVDs. I'm a DVD collector.
Oh, you're a physical media
guy. Yeah, I don't trust fucking anything, including live streams. It's like, because all that little satellite has to do is disappear. You still have electricity, and that's all you need for DVDs and all this other stuff. And of course, if there's no electricity, well, we're fucked. Back to the Stone Age. But I just don't think that internet connections and everything are 100% reliable. I've been in situations where they tweak out, and it's like, oh fuck, we're in trouble. You know what I mean? So I rely on physical media like DVDs, and I also like having the physical copy. And that's why I don't have, like, when it comes to campaigns, digital copies yet, because I like having my actual books printed and mailed out. What I mean? Yeah. I will eventually do digital, but not yet.
We're not big fans of putting our stuff out digitally, but you have to offer something to people that live internationally that want to at least look at content.
It's the way to go. What you guys are doing is right. Again, it's one more thing that I should do that I don't. But it's because I'm just kind of starting off and I don't have tons of backers and shit. So it's one of those things where if the campaigns grow, I will definitely do digital. So no, what you guys are doing is right. Tons of tiers, options, digital plus physical. So yeah, you guys be fine. You'll definitely meet your goal and exceed it, because again, like the one person in here said, what do you got? 28 days left, and you're 80-something% in.
Yeah, we're 82, 28. I like that. 28, 82.
It's 85 now.
That's right. And also, I gotta say, not so courteous Curtis says he likes the caving videos on YouTube where people don't survive.
Is that people getting stuck in caves?
See, that's the thing. His thing to watch is where people go underground. They dig holes.
Every one of those shows where they either explore something underground or they dig a tunnel and go down in the ground.
Did you see the horror movie called The Descent?
The Descent?
The Descent.
Yeah, I saw The Descent 1. I think there was a second one.
Yeah, you're right. I have the first one on DVD, the 6 women or whatever go.
Yeah,
dude, that's a badass movie. That's
pretty creepy.
I thought it was really cool. What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, I like it. I like shit like that.
That's cool. So there you go. So all right.
Like it's that one Out of Range, and they go and there's a big hole in the field. I don't know if you watched that show with Josh Brolin.
What is it called?
outer range, and the guy's got a ranch out there, but there's this giant hole.
Really? That's cool.
Weird, mysterious
hole. It's like a sci-fi western type thing. It's pretty cool, actually.
It's based on this. I think it's based on this story of this guy who had a big hole on his ranch that weird stuff would happen around. But people fall in the hole, and by the end of season 2, everybody's going into the hole, and that's
what he predicted. He's like, by the end of this series, everybody's going in the hole, and that's what happened.
They go into the hole, they go back in time or something. But like by the end of this, everyone's going in that fucking hole.
That's cool. This is Berlin, Germany watcher here. Donnie is one of my. She's a fellow creator, but she lives in Berlin, Germany, and she has really helped me with my work and campaign and stuff. She just made a video of herself dressed as one of the characters in my book, and she's really cool. Yeah, it's really crazy. It took her it was like a month or 2. She worked on it off and on, and it's on her YouTube channel. So again, she's a fellow creator, but she's got a YouTube channel. She's into horror and mystery and all this stuff. But anyways, so she's here. So she came here at the end.
Donnie.
Yeah, she's cool. So salute her. So is there anything else we've been here for over an hour. We can keep talking if you guys want, but it's up to you guys. I'm letting you.
Dude, I'm having a good time. So here's how it went before coming on this stream tonight.
Okay.
Scott often asks me, how much time I'm going to be gone and all this. I'm like, okay, well, this is what I did. I went over and I checked out Kurt's stuff, and it looks like, and I told him you're a newer streamer and all that, like you told me.
Right.
And I'm like, it looks like, it's it depends on probably how much time the guest has and how good of a time we're having. So I don't know, it can be anywhere from like 1 to 3 hours. And I'm like, so I guess it depends on that. So basically what, long story short is what I'm saying is I'm having fun. Cool. I'm about to send Scott to get me another beer, and I want to chill with you more. So
like I said, I'm cool. I leave it up to, you're right. I leave it up to the guest. And so far I've been pleasantly surprised, because early on, like episode 3, 4, 5, 6, I was just like sitting there thinking, this is going to suck if it's been like a half hour. And we're both like, so we want to talk about it. That's where you're just like, okay, have a good night, everybody. Click, you're out of here. But fortunately, it seems like, I think people want to talk. And if you want to get into the whole psychological fucking mess of like, well, maybe it's because we're doing this fucking shit instead of the 3 of us hanging out at a corner bar drinking together, and you know what I'm saying, smoking and shit together. It's like
this is kind of the corner bar now.
Yeah. It is. Everything's digital, but I think since the whole COVID shit, that fucking mess, it's like something's fucking off with everybody, man. And there's even fucking TV shows and movies about this. It really fucked with everybody. That whole fucking bullshit ordeal fucked with people. And I seriously think that we as a species of humans, or our society or whatever, it's like we're slightly withdrawn, so to speak. Like we're not as willing to meet someone in person or hang out or take off with, what I'm saying? Everyone's a little guarded, a little paranoid, you know what I'm saying? And people basically want to talk, and they just want to fucking talk. And so I just let them fucking talk. And I mean, there's been some people who've been on here where, I mean, it's been, like you said, 3 hours, 4 hours. I'm just like, hey man, just keep going. So I don't care. I'm good if you guys are good.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna make the executive decision that we can talk for at least another 20 minutes.
Okay, so it's here 9, 8, 7. So what is it? 6:25. You guys, your California time. So yeah, let's shoot. Okay, so let's just shoot for a quarter till another 20 minutes. So I hope you two have something fucking interesting to talk about.
You have.
She'll talk all night if I.
You know what? Actually, let's do this. What? Let's do this, because I have no idea if you have to pee or not. But number 1 is highlight Curtis's thing.
He had. Is it here? If you want.
No, down a few.
Here, I have a question for
Are
Christy.
y'all?
Oh Jesus! Oh God! Of course he would ask that.
What is it? Is it my jacket? I mean, is this too like lefty?
He's just got a
Is it
weird
because
sense
I'm a
of humor.
Californian?
He has an interesting sense of humor.
We actually are kind of Antifa supporters because they make for good material.
Christy has an Antifa. Christy has an Antifa alter ego. We bust out a couple of times.
That's right. Way. In fact, let's do this. Let's do this.
What's this?
Okay, if you want to go to our YouTube channel,
okay,
I have a great piece, and I'm going to tell you where to find it.
All right, give me a minute.
Go to our YouTube channel. It is Flip City Magazine. I don't know if you're subscribed or what.
I am. I believe I am. Give me a second here. Hold on.
Anyway,
I'm going to get another beer.
Yeah, you go do that.
Take your time.
Here. And hi, Donnie. There, I am the gentleman.
That's Scott.
Next to you. I'm Scott.
That's Scott.
Yes.
By the way,
I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so once you find it, it's called Antifa React Anti AUNTIE Fascist Reacts to Flip City Magazine. That is my Antifa character.
Okay, I'm subscribed to Flip City, and is this a video or live?
It's a video.
And
it's a couple minutes. So.
And it's called, what's the title?
Anti-Fascist Reacts to Flip City.
Okay. About how far down are we? I'm at Alex Jones.
I think it's almost 2 years old now. So.
Okay.
But it's funny.
Okay. Anti-fascist as an AUNTI, right?
Yes.
All right, hang on. Let me pause it and let me share this. Okay, hold on.
And yes, that is me in the costume for anybody that has questions. All right, here we go.
Okay, now hold on. Let me play.
Dear comrades, this is Anti-Fascist here, and I have some important information for you. I was in my brother's room, and he's been gaming lately, and they've got to him. I found this under his bed. Look at this heteronormative family patriarchy bullshit that I found. It's attached to this disgusting magazine called Flip City. I looked through this, and you would not believe what is in here. Trying to sell their trash subscriptions for $50. Who's going to want to buy that for $50? It's not even worth using to wipe my ass with if I did wipe my ass. This is just disgusting heteronormative KKK Nazi bullshit. When we look inside, look what they're doing. They're using cartoons to propagandize to kids. These are our children to educate, not theirs. They're trying to turn them over to the side of absolute racism and homophobia. Let's just look at some of it in here. This is the only thing that's okay, but that's only because I take a bite out of that Zim. Look at that. That is some hot stuff. But I don't think they mean it in a complimentary way. Flip City is a trash rag, not worth for me to piss on. We can't allow trash like this to be spread around on YouTube. I mean, just look at this. These people think they're all high and mighty on their horses, thinking that we can just laugh at the state of the world. We've got a planet that's dying. And then, look, they put this guy, Jay Dyer, in here. This Jay Dyer is an Orthodox Christian. Who does he think he is? In this article, he's talking about how everybody has a religion. Who does this guy think he is telling me I have religion? Screw him. Screw this Jay Dyer.
And that was
go ahead and buy it.
That's awesome.
That was our promo for Christmas that year.
Gosh.
Right. Stop. I'll stop it. Or does it keep going?
It keeps going. Yeah, because we're trying to sell our gift subscription. So
you want to keep? Should I keep playing it, or does it say the screen all the time?
All it has is a little
shut this
extra
down,
voice
shut it
over
down
at
now.
the end.
And we
gotcha.
do something about it. So I've got Chan working on shutting it down right now.
Chan was working on shutting down
Yes.
shutting down our screen.
Very cool. Okay, well, we got it. That's cool. Awesome. Very cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's up?
Okay, so Curtis says
Is he
so
talking again?
yeah, no, he's talking shit. I love him for it actually.
Behind
He says
Chris's
there's three slanted arrows. So yeah, if you see behind me, I have it's pointing to my magazine.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I had no clue. He's paranoid as fuck is what I gotta say.
He's in the zone.
Calm down, Curtis.
Curtis, take a hit off of that joint or something. Buddy.
Yeah, but then also, I just showed myself as an Antifa right then.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Who do you trust these days? You never know.
Exactly.
You could actually be Antifa, and this is a whole act trying to like nail me as some sort of crazy Trump supporter or something. Who knows? Because that would be
an
crazy.
Antifa supporter. You're having me on your stream.
Yep. Yeah, I what side I'm on. I mean, I think we've talked about this. It's pretty clear.
Did Donnie rebrand my name as Kitschy?
She did.
I think she did. Hi, Scott and Kitschy. I kind of like it actually. Kitschy.
I'm not sure. Maybe she's.
I like it because it's kind of
like
Kitty and Christy put together.
Yeah,
I love it.
Going for there.
I told you she's creative. She's a very creative person. She is one of a kind. That's for sure.
I thought I was going
to. So yeah, everyone's got channels, man. You'll have to check out her channel. You guys in chat will have to check out your guys' channel.
I definitely will. I look at a lot of YouTube channels. So.
That's cool. I don't. Like I said, this is for me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just do this, and if people want to come on, cool. If they don't, no problem.
I think I'm like subscribed to like 200 channels.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
that's a lot.
People like having subscribers. I mean, not necessarily that I'm going to go watch all your content or anything, but I'll subscribe because it helps.
It's free. Everything's fucking free when it comes to this stuff, and if it helps, it helps. And I think I'm probably subscribed to about 30 or 40 channels. I try not to get too crazy, but the ones I subscribe to, I actually watch. It's like if I'm not going to watch them at all, I'm going to get rid of them. But there's a lot of indie creators where we swap that way, like Aaron with Immortal Rising. He's subscribed to mine. I subscribe to him. That's just kind of how I do it. It's like, if you're cool to me, I'm going to be fucking cool to you. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm so fucking easy to figure out. It's ridiculous. So yeah, but I was going to say, I totally forgot. It happens all the fucking time. Anyways, okay. So your YouTube channel, this is cool because I haven't done that before. I'm like, because I have my channel up on YouTube right now, just to make sure, it's okay. So I wasn't aware I could have my channel up and then have your channel up, and I thought like they're going to cancel each other out. Like, oh shit, that's just going to close if I bring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't.
We're learning so much tonight together.
You're helping. I told you you're helping. I said I watched your show to kind of get info. I'm like, man, I got to remember to promote my own goddamn campaign. It's my fucking show. Hello, it's and I forget. Like there'd be shows where I'm just like, I don't even do it. It's like, just make a habit. Just make a habit. Like. Play the trailer at the beginning of it or at the end or whatever. Because you do stuff like that.
I have a piece of advice for you. What you need to do is you need to marry a woman as cool as myself. But you did say you've been married 4 times, so maybe not.
No. I don't
know what your problem is. But
I've lived with 4 different. I have not been married.
Okay.
No, because I saw your reaction. I'm like, I think she didn't hear me. I've lived in sin 4 times.
I went like this.
Yeah, no, I've never been married.
I was judging you like this.
No, I never will. I'm not a marriage guy. I'm not. I'm a guy who stopped at the 25 year where I'm living. It's cool to live with a woman, and we both are working or artists or whatever. And I never matured past that. That's kind of where I got stuck. So you guys are far more mature than I am.
Yeah, well, we didn't get married until 10 years ago. I think we were, how long were we together before we got married?
10 years.
10
10
We've
years
been
and 10
together
years.
20 years.
Every issue of
I
Flip
think
City
we've been-
just shows how mature we are.
Yeah.
Right.
It's how we keep the marriage happy.
Right.
We let it all out on the magazine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We shit all over our readers.
No,
They like it. And they
that's how
like
your
it.
magazine is.
They beg for more.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Like
a parody. It's satire. It's all that stuff. So you know what I mean? You can do
I
that.
like Donnie. I am definitely gonna have to subscribe over there.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. So okay, what else? Anything else? I'm trying to think here. So we've covered your magazine. We covered your campaign. They're both doing great. And your channel. So
Yeah, actually,
people know where to go to your channel.
that's a lot of what we're doing. Oh well, I mean, since we're just talking, yeah, we'll
Right.
talk about Joker in one sec. But
Sure.
since we're on the YouTube thing, I do stream weekly on Thursday nights, 6 p.m. PST. I should say Eastern 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah.
And it is I'm satisfied with the format that I came up with. It's an interview show where the first 30 to 45 minutes is dedicated to the guest talking about their campaign and just having a conversation. And then I love it because the last half of the show, it all goes back to me.
Right.
It's all
And
about me and Flip City.
You have the reading, like you have someone read a character or something, right? Don't you?
Yeah, that's how we close out the show. It's
Yeah.
called Flip City Branded. And
That's it.
we make a slideshow out of some piece of Flip City content, and the guest has to read it as a character, or it's a poem, or it's a quiz. One of my more favorites is bringing up our "Could I Be a Fascist?" quiz for people that I don't know very well, and they have to answer truthfully to find out if they're a fascist.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good test.
What's the quiz in the latest one? I think it's, am I living in an authoritarian shithole?
A dystopian.
A dystopian shithole. Okay.
Oh.
Hellhole. All right. I didn't say shithole.
Hellhole. Dystopian hellhole.
Well, you know, for being something, and we even, like on FundMyComic, you know, they give you categories to choose and everything. I did choose, it's mature. It's a mature It's not made for kids.
No.
But however, for being categorized as that, we really do not curse much in the magazine. There's not much cursing or gore or nudity.
What can I say? No, it's mature. It's not for kids, but it is the magazine that your kids should steal from under mattress when you're not looking and laugh their asses off.
And you know what? Those are some of my favorite feedbacks from readers, and I've received it multiple times. Is they'll say, I subscribed to your magazine. I was trying to keep it away from my kids, but they kept stealing them. And then I really thought about it, and I just let them read it because I want them to be cool people. You know, I want them to be awake to, you know, the shit reality we're living in. And what you guys are putting out is actually way more wholesome than the reality they're living in.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that actually makes that's one of those things that makes my heart swell 10 times.
Yeah.
You know, because we're made for adults. But if a kid wants to grab it and they're enjoying it and laughing at it and understanding, because it's also somewhat some portions of it, and this is something Mike Barron said as well, is that it's actually a what's the word he said? Intellectual. It's intellectual.
Right.
So
you have to be smart. Your audience are smart. They can't just be simple minded. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we've had cancellations from the Simple Minds.
Right.
So.
Too easily offended.
Yes.
I'm offended. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah. Okay. So a question.
But yeah.
Christy, a question. Have y'all ever tried selling physicals at a Comic-Con?
No. And in fact, Chris, I do not know who you are, but if you have any advice for building my own confidence for going out there in the physical space, because basically my whole thing is like, I can't lose money. And you run that risk when you're putting in so much time and effort and stuff to make your booth look good. Because that's the thing about Flip City as well, is we're in the business of its aesthetics. So I can't represent our brand going to a Comic-Con with just a table and a tablecloth. No, I have to actually have that fucking awesome booth. So I will have to invest money in standees or, a cool background, all that kind of stuff. I just don't want to lose money. So it's something I've been putting off, but I really want to because I love meeting people. I just don't want to, I also don't want to get yelled at in my face.
No, I hear you.
And I live in California, so.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. But if you haven't done a Comic-Con, you're going to have to do a Comic-Con, at least just to experience it, to like, what do they call it, cut your teeth or whatever, because they're unique. Each one's unique. And again, it's personal. You actually meet people in person and stuff, and you have to. It's just it is what it is. But I've done 2 Comic-Cons in Raleigh over the last couple of years, and the thing is it does it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and usually we broke even. Like, we didn't lose money, but we really didn't gain money. It's like the money you put into a weekend at a Comic-Con, it's like you usually make it back. Plus, you have the fees of the booth and all this shit, and depending on the size of the Comic-Con, it's more expensive. So right there, you're already spending money just to go there, and the setup and back and forth to the car and bringing all this shit. So it is a lot of work. So you have to really enjoy it. Like, if you're dreading it, man, don't do it. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't think I would dread it at all, because like I said, I do like meeting people and I like being at events and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'd actually have a blast doing it. It's just pulling the trigger. Now, him, on the other hand, exactly what you said. He would dread it and really not want to be there.
I'll do okay. It is a lot of work,
especially with
you gotta load all that stuff in. You gotta load it out, and I've done art shows in the past, so it's disappointing when you do all that work and don't make any money. But I think we could do better than that.
I know we would do better than that. Plus, we have an audience. Like, it would be really cool if we could actually draw a couple of our readers in because they came to see us. I mean, that would make me feel so good.
I'm gonna share something here real quick. There we go.
Yeah, RuPaul. So yeah, Donnie is suggesting I go to a RuPaul masterclass for my confidence and glamour.
Okay, you can see this now. This was the last Comic-Con I was at. This is I took a picture of the booth before the Comic-Con opened, and so we had 2 tables. And what you guys need to do is this right here was a little flat screen TV that we had hooked up to the internet. And so I was constantly playing trailers that I've made for my books, like on a loop over and over and over. So, we had T-shirts in the background and frame pictures and all this shit here. And then this little TV that was constantly playing stuff. For you guys, that's what you should do is bring a flat screen TV, whatever size you have, and make sure they have internet accessibility and all this crap. And you wire it up and you can play your YouTube channel the whole time at a Comic-Con. So when people are there talking to you or buying stuff, they're able to watch your show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we'd be able to put together a pretty good booth, and it really is just about getting out there and doing it. And, that is kind of also the bonus of being in Southern California, is that there are some pretty decent size cons in our area that I literally don't have to get a hotel room. I could come home and sleep, which, greatly reduces the cost and the risk. And then also plenty of other small ones. And that was a lot of the advice I've been given, is like, go ahead and try a couple of small ones first. Your risk is minimal, and you at least get your feet wet and cut your teeth,
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. They're chatting up a storm of roots.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think it's talking about Comic-Con soon. And then talking about RuPaul, and I have no clue what they're talking about.
Donnie says RuPaul is politically neutral. Now, I have a hard time believing that. Didn't they just have Kamala Harris on the RuPaul's drag show?
But maybe only because Trump turned them down.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I was just saying, it's hard to believe.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know much about RuPaul, but I do know about Comic-Cons, and I would say give one a shot. To make it easy,
I will.
Do a small one, see what you think, and then you never know, you may like it. I know a lot of people, it seems like they're kind of going away though, because it's a money thing. If you don't make money on it and more than $100, then they're like, well, what's the point? It's like, okay, I hear you. But I've done a couple and they're pretty cool. It's something different. It's a good weekend out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I've only ever been to one con, and we were guests we were speaker guests. I didn't even realize it was a con.
Mars Con.
Yeah, we went to Mars Con, and
where's that?
Where?
Mars?
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
But this was back in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but it is still a con that's in existence, and it's a rather large con. But something I had no idea. I didn't know. First off, I didn't know it was a con. I just knew we were going to speak to a group of people, which we did. And then afterwards, I had no idea that they had after parties.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's fun.
Those are adult oriented. That's the drinking and the all the fun stuff.
I did that.
Good for you. I never did. We're so fucking tired and we're loading and shit. We always go to the hotel bar, or we'll get the hell back to the hotel, and we hang out the bar there, because when you're fucked up, you just go up the elevator to your room. Everything's cool. But the after parties, I've heard, can get pretty crazy. So good for you. Good for you guys. That's cool.
I think we left the after parties early enough, because I started feeling sick because I drank too much.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But yeah, I think you guys would enjoy a Comic-Con. You should definitely at least try it. And again, if it sucks, well, okay, well, it sucks. But I think you guys would enjoy it.
I think I would.
But but it's definitely between YouTube and crowdfunding and Twitter and everything. This is where it is. This is where the business is nowadays in 2024. It's comic book shops are cool, definitely, and I think it's really cool because it's old school. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's cool to actually go there and say, "Oh wow, there's a magazine or whatever." But I guess it used to be only that. Like that was it. That's all you could do is get your magazine or comic, whatever, in a comic book store. You know what I mean? And now, because of the internet and all this shit, man, you have people in fucking Afghanistan who could read your magazine. And that is amazing. And that's what I keep. Okay, like Donnie. I mean, she's in fucking Berlin, dude. I've never left the United States. I've never been to Mexico or nothing. I've always been in the U.S.
Me too.
And so here's a woman on the other side of the fucking planet, practically in Berlin, who has my book and a T-shirt and this and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? It's just so cool to me. And I know everyone's used to, "Whoa, it's the internet," but it's just like, it's still to me, I'm just like, I've never met her. I probably never will. I'll probably fucking die and never meet her. But it's like, she has my stuff, my creation, my book and T-shirt and all this other stuff. And she sends pictures of her wearing it in Berlin, to me on my phone. I'm like, holy shit, this is so cool. So it's a weird time we're in. What is it? What is that? I love that quote. What is it? May you live in interesting times. That's the truth. We are there. We're there, guys and gals.
Yeah.
We are living in these fucked up, interesting times.
Doing it.
And this is history. We're living history. And when we're dead and gone in 50 or 100 fucking years, the schools will be learning about this. They'll be teaching.
I agree. Well,
crazy.
I mean, kind of depending on who wins, but I think
maybe they'll be teaching at campfires and caves and carved in stone. Who knows? But, either way, we're living in times of history. And I think despite how good or bad things are, and it's mostly bad. I mean, there's not a whole lot of good these days, but I just try to deal with it and say, man, you're living in fucking history. And decades from now, they're going to be studying this shit. And my nieces will hopefully say, I remember my crazy uncle and You know what I mean? Because they'll have their own kids and shit. So anyways, I'm just rambling and babbling. So okay, actually, let's see. Is there any more? We got Curious Curtis going nuts here. What's he saying? Have a novel called Aragon.
I have not. I did see that comment.
That's the big spider in Harry Potter, isn't it? Aragon or someone? I've heard that name before.
Aragon's in Lord of the Rings.
No, that's Aragorn. Aragorn. Aragorn is Lord of the Rings. Aragon is, I thought, Harry Potter, right?
I don't know.
Now
that you chided
I get all this shit.
Shy.
What's that?
I said, now that you chided me, I'm shy.
You have to understand, I'm very defensive of Aragorn because as a child, I read Lord of the Rings, and he was the one character I connected with. He's
pretty great.
He's cool as shit. Rangers are fucking cool as shit. And as a role-playing D&D geek when I was a kid, the only character I played was a ranger because he was a ranger, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Okay.
I apologize if I was a little too sharp at you. It wasn't personal.
I was just giving you shit. Hey, can I? Okay, I'd like to really throw out a suggestion here, and I wonder if you'd be into it. Because one, I want to go pee, but I want to hang out with you more. And we don't want the show to go off the rails too much.
Right.
And because we're practicing StreamYard and all that shit,
here we go.
May I suggest that we put on a Flip City animation and let it play while we take a break? Because we have an awesome Halloween themed one. It's called Strange Earthlings. And I think it's like 6 or 8 minutes.
Okay, that's cool because I don't need to go to the bathroom, but I'm out of water and coffee. I do both. I juggle water and coffee.
I figured I'd offer you the chance to go outside and burn one too.
Oh, and I can smoke. Thank you for reminding me of my fucking habit. I appreciate it. Thanks.
7 minutes. It's 7 minutes.
Okay, let me get. Hang on. Let me get this. Okay, hold on. So yeah, Curious Curtis. We have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Aragon. Next is it was very successful book. Okay, awesome. Sounds great, man. So moving on. Okay, so we want to. Okay, is this on your channel?
Yeah, it's on the YouTube in the videos, and it's called Strange Earthlings.
It's not Halloween in Woke World. That's like recent. It's called Strange Earthlings.
Yeah, you just gotta scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
And it's 7 minutes.
Oh, I got it. Here we go.
Yeah, so you can put that on, and we can take a break. And keep everybody entertained.
Yes, awesome. Let me get this working here. Hang on. You know, me and the screens.
Well, that's the thing. We're also practicing StreamYard. I mean,
yes, which I need badly, as you know.
I think this is the most productive stream you've ever had.
And then
also make it full screen.
It's probably the most anti-productive show you've ever been on. But
no, not at all. I've been on some real shit shows. I'll tell you that.
Well, we don't need to talk about that. We'll just say I appreciate it. Thank you. Any help, I am welcome. I'm welcome. Any help. Okay, so I got this. Let me. What we're gonna do. Okay, so for the 1 or 2 people who are still hanging with us, we're taking like a 5 to 7 minute break, but we're going to have this intermission video playing. So I'm gonna full screen this. And then when we come back, we'll just come back.
Change the scene as well. So it's just the video. Yeah.
So I'm going full screen.
There we go.
Full screen. And you can't see us, right? Let me just double check. Okay. And then I'll play Stranger Things. Yeah. No, you can't see us. And all right. So let's reconvene in 5 to 7.
Yeah. We'll see you.
Welcome, adventurers. I am your game master, Will the Wuss. Tonight's quest will take you on an epic adventure to the cliffs of Elfindor.
Not again.
Your party embarks from the Bard's Codpiece Tavern when suddenly the ground begins to shake.
Was that an earthquake?
No, Mucus, this weird chick has been living under my table for weeks. I think she's a cast-off from a bad new metal band.
Do you have to feed her like a pet?
Not really. She eats the crumbs off my floor.
Careful, Mike. She could be an escaped mental patient from Hawkins' nut house. She might slit your throat in your sleep.
Could a mental patient do this?
That was awesome. What other tricks did you teach her?
Mike, I need a hot tub. A big one.
Entitled, aren't we? Put a ring on it first.
It's for my sensory deprivation, so I can have my crazy visions again.
Oh boy, here we go.
I also need 600 pounds of Jell-O, ice cold and shaken.
I'll see if Beyonce is available. That's all the Jell-O. Now to add ice cubes, chill for 2 hours, and top with whipped cream. Remember, we need absolute silence so Ash 11 can concentrate. Are you remembering anything yet?
Shut up! I'm trying. Now I remember. I remember Papa Joe. I was always Papa's favorite smelling child. I was the subject of weird experiments as part of a government mind control program. Until one day, the repeated trauma of long showers with Papa must have triggered my psychic abilities.
Everything I did for the 10%.
I remember walking into the special ward. You know, the one with all the tards and morons.
Oh, look who finally decided to join us. I guess the Lunesta and Ambien cocktail wore off. Now go put on something sexy. We're meeting business partners of mine in an hour. The Russians are busting my balls over my hard drive, so we're going to extort the chinks into blackmailing the Russians and getting me a seat on the board. Plus, they both screwed me over on a ketamine deal. It's all about leverage. Anyway, Dad has connections to the son of a head of a Guangzhou oil firm now. That's where you come in.
Ah! No, I won't do it. You're not using me as bait in your twisted schemes. It's all my fault. I made this happen. I opened up a gap in time and space to an alternate dimension. Dustbin, what are you doing in here?
Just thought I'd chill out. Get it? Because it's Jell-O.
Mike, I have to go into the Upside Down Clown world and save the world or something.
Then we're going with you.
There's an opening to the Upside Down Clown somewhere in these woods. There's also a lot of animal scat, so try not to step in it. Everybody, hold your nose. There's no regular trash pickup.
Phew, it smells like dead dog's butt up in here. What the hell is that thing?
My brother.
Your brother's a demo moron, dog. Head for the hills.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. The chicks are kind of banging though. Ash Levin, you're back, and you brought me a fresh batch of child actors.
These are my friends, not your personal casting couch.
You sure? I got a wad of cash and a lot of coke.
Is that classic Coke or new Coke?
Meet my friends, famous Hollywood producers James Gorgon from Gorgons of the Galaxy and Brian Singor of X-Men. Fresh meat. Dibs on the chubby one. Fist bump, bro. Ash, use your super psychic powers on this plant puss already. She won't save you. She wants to be famous too badly.
I don't know, Mike. They just offered me a lead role on an Amazon Prime show.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to Hollywood. So our quest ends, but the greatest adventure lies ahead of us.
Shut up. Hey, Mucus, I heard they're casting for Black Panther 2.
Nah, hell with that. I'm finna be the next Gandalf.
This is ending just like a real Spielberg movie. Hours of wasted time and I'm half asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. If that doesn't make you want to subscribe, oh my God.
No, back our campaign. That's
back
what we're
our
doing
campaign.
right now.
FundMyComic/FlipCity23.
Aaron, dude. Oh, yeah.
Our ragtag band of zombie apocalypse survivors find themselves on a sprawling studio lot near Sonoya, Georgia.
I scouted ahead. There's an advance of zombies on the perimeter. There must be 1,000 of them.
Scarl, help me secure the barriers.
I head that way and create diversion. Everybody calm down. I'm sure they saw the flyers I posted and came to join our anti-racism rally.
When did we agree to a rally? What are you talking about?
I planned it all out. Look, I made these signs out of aluminum siding from our shelter and our last bit of firewood. Hey there, we just want to make sure you have equal access to voting. I have a stack of mail-in ballots right here if you need them.
Rick, I ain't comfortable with this.
Go back to hell, zombie scum.
Hey, Daryl, how about we stop with the demonization? These aren't bad people. They're just dead and they need jobs. Maybe try something called compassion for once. If you're going to insist on being xenophobic and blaming immigrants for all your problems, then you're forcing me to stand against you. This here is our opportunity to extend a hand to our former humans. Ow.
Grab the big guns. They're coming fast.
Hold on there. Those rifles are for hunting small game and birds.
But, Dad!
These are weapons of war. Nobody needs a gun that will shoot 30 bullets in 30 seconds. You think you're going to take on the government or something? You need more than that, like F-15s and stuff. The government could just nuke you if they wanted to. Now put your guns in the fire and we'll melt them down in a symbolic gesture.
You're crazy. You need serious help, man.
And maybe you need to take a look at yourself and ask why you need to make up for your microphallus by walking around with a bunch of guns like a big shot. Come on, everybody, reject Daryl's calls for violence and form a human chain of resistance. No justice, no peace. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
If I live through this, I'll eat you myself.
And that was Von Saltinator. You guys got a bonus, actually. And I gotta shout out Aaron from Immortal Rising Comics here.
Whoa, okay.
What's going on? Oh, we're back.
Sorry. No, that was good. Yeah, I let it run. Yes, welcome back. No, it was like that was like the fastest 5 minutes. I'm like, coffee or water and smoking, and I looked. And I'm like, oh shit, the video's got over. Fuck it. It just automatically started playing the Walking Dead one, and it's funny because I was a diehard Walking Dead fan for the first 8 years. Like I think it went 11 or 12 seasons.
I quite enjoyed it.
Dude,
I like
the
Walking
last
Dead
two
for a while.
I
think after Rick died, it really
that's what did it for me. When he left the show, I'm like, the fucking main star is Carl, and then his fucking son dies. I'm like, Carl, what the fuck? I'm like, so why am I watching this show? It's like Carl is supposed to kind of take over, Oh, and now he's dead too. Okay, well, so we got a whole bunch of fucking.
You know what? I actually, yes, Rick died, started going down, but it was still watchable. But basically, as soon as Coral died, it was like that was it.
It really pissed me off. And there's a controversy about that. He wasn't supposed to die. The actor was still, it was a surprise to him. The actor, the kid, what's his name?
Oh, Chandler Riggs.
Yeah. They went to court.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
You didn't hear about this? Dude,
well,
it's
I don't look at celebrity anything really.
Back then I did for this show because I thought they were cool. Like Daryl and who was the blonde chick? The sniper. Not Lori, that was the bitch wife.
The sniper. Andrea.
Andrea, I love her. Andrea was so cool. She wasn't supposed to die. And she got pissed off afterwards because the original comic was at it went for 10 years before it was discovered, right? They had 150 issues and then they were discovered. What's that?
I had no idea about that. I wondered actually how long it took to get picked up.
Oh, I know all about it because I have some of the Walking Dead comics. It's a simple black and white comic. In fact, the artwork isn't really that good. But it's the story. It was original, and so it was the executive producer. See, I'm forgetting all their names now. It's been years. Man, I forget. Anyways, one of the big guys who did the show literally discovered it in LA on a comic book rack. And he was just blown away, like, holy shit. And so, phone calls and all this crap. Anyways, long story short, so now Walking Dead is going to be a TV show. And it's every comic creator's dream. You know what I mean? So in the comic, Andrea and Carl are still alive. Like, they don't die ever.
Through the entire thing.
But AMC, because they had, control of them, all that shit, they started fucking with the characters and the storyline and all this stuff. And it was pissing off the actors and actresses because the actors and the actresses knew that the comic, that Andrea, her character was, she was set. She was going to see this show to the end because her character's still alive in the comic, right? No, they bumped her off, season 3 or 4. And no, she became the sniper of the group, of the survival group. Andrea became a badass sniper and covered them. She really was a cool character. And then Carl didn't die either. He lives through the whole thing and basically takes over, So when the show started screwing with these main characters, it was just like one after another. And then there's all these fucking gay chicks and gay guys and everything's gay.
Yeah, it did wokeify, didn't it?
And it's like, I'm cool with gays. I lived in San Francisco for years. I was just talking to Danny about this the other day. Because she's like, I know you're against, the LGBTQ stuff, but are you cool with gays? I said, I fucking lived in San Francisco for 5 years. If I wasn't cool with gays, I would not live in San Francisco 5 years. I went to gay bars. Yes, I drank. I hung. It's like, I'm fine with that. It's now in 2024, and it started in fucking 2016. They're beating you over the fucking head with it. I call them flag wavers. They're waving that fucking flag in front of you, and it's like, it's preaching. And ironically, the organization that used to do the same thing, like when I was a kid growing up, was the Christians. We called them Bible bangers. Dude, everywhere you went, there's someone preaching about God. And, you're sinning. And I was like, shut the fuck up, because I was younger. I'm a rebel. I'm badass. And I'm going to rebel against anything, And so I was like, fuck these churchgoers. Fuck these Bible bangers. Blah, 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 blah. Now, ironically, I'm kind of defending them because, everyone's after the Christians. And now it's the whole LGBTQ insane shit who are the oppressors. And so I'm just like,
well, it's just the new doctrine that can't be questioned.
It's an ideology. It's an insane fucking, I've already started. I'm already pissed off now. That's it. Show's over. I'm kidding.
No, it's actually not, because I want you to tell me, Aaron from Immortal Rising Comic popped in. I don't know if he's still here.
Well,
what was the
buddy.
rude thing you called him earlier?
Oh, what was I giving him? What did I call Aaron?
No, because I called him a social butterfly, but you called him something else, like
a show ho.
A show ho.
You're a show ho, Aaron.
But a good example of how to be a show ho. It's funny because that's kind of what I wanted to do. Aaron basically gave me, like you said, that you like to watch my show to learn how to format your own and all that. And it made my heart so happy that you do that. But with Aaron, I've been watching him and how he's running his campaign and how he's been picking up streams and streaming them to his own channel, because after I met him, I subscribed to his channel. Right. And a lot, when I do decide to go on YouTube, I just see what's live. Yeah. And if I saw Aaron was live, I'd go click on it. And that's how I discovered Aaron was, as you coined the term, a show ho. But it was fun. I felt like I got to know Aaron a lot more just because he was doing that. And that is why right before this stream, I said, hey, can I stream it to my channel and maybe, jump through hoops? And I felt bad that we couldn't make it happen.
No, and I felt, like I said, I looked into the upgrade because I'm at the free level. There's 3 levels.
No, it's expensive.
There's this, and then there's gold, and then there's platinum. And it's like $45 a month just for the second, for the gold. And I'm just like, if it was like 10, 15, I was going to do it tonight. I'm like, fuck, I can do that. No problem. But I'm like, 45 a month. It's like, if it was like a year, sure, why not? But, and then the next one's like 90 a month. And I'm just like, okay, This is where you need super chats. And me with my whopping 50 fucking subscribers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to get super chats because you need to have 1,000 subscribers. And since I'm not out show-hoing like Aaron and trying to get subscribers, and Aaron, dude, I'm totally fucking with you, man. If you go back in the stream, I'm actually talking good about you. That's what I should be doing, and I don't.
He's
but
a
Aaron
man
does,
of
and
humor.
I just don't, you know how shit gets weird in drama and this motherfucker is making fun. No, I'm not. It's a joke. I think what Aaron's doing is how you should do it, and I'm doing it wrong. But the point is he's still a show host. So you know, he can get subscribers and all. I don't give a fuck, you know, and so when you have my I don't give a fuck attitude, I'm probably not going to get 1,000 subscribers anytime soon. If I did, and then you enable super chats. Oh, I can get super chats, right? Okay, well now you're making money on YouTube, so sure, I'll pay more for the benefits, the bells and whistles. Why not? Because then maybe it'll continue to grow and I can make more money. But like at this stage right now, I don't even know if I'm doing this for good. Like a month from now, it could be over. For all I know, because I'm literally still at this. I'm seeing how it goes next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really don't know. I did this on a whim, and I'm actually surprised it's gone this long because I think it's going on 3 months. I thought like after a month it's probably going to suck, and I'm like, I'm out. Screw this. But it kind of keeps going, so I'm just like, well, you tell me. I don't know.
Well, I gotta say, Donnie's so funny because she said, "How can Aaron be a social butterfly when he sits in a literal dungeon?" And it is true.
That's true. I love his background. In fact, that was, I think, the first thing when I was on when he was on my show 2-3 weeks ago, whatever the fuck that was. He had his background. The reason why I was looking forward to Aaron is because he and I share the D&D geek thing. You know, he's into Dungeons and Dragons and he still plays and all this stuff. Well, I started playing when I was 12 years old. My older brother taught me how to play when I was 12. And I got hooked, and I did all through high school. Stopped a little bit for a couple of years because cars, girls, and drinking came into the picture. You know, got my share of that. College, bam, right back into it. But serious, hardcore, like cult-like D&D group. You know what I'm talking about? And so I'm like, oh, Aaron and I can talk all fucking night. We can compare our D&D stories and shit. I mean, and that was the first thing I thought was so cool is his background. The dungeon, I'm like, dude, anyone who plays D&D is immediately going to recognize that, like, you're a fucking D&D guy because your background is a dungeon. And it's not this whole S&M, pervert dungeon. No, you're a D&D guy. And it's true. And he talked about a fucking friend of mine painted it for me and all this shit. And it was really cool. I like being able to just bullshit with a D&D person. And he's our generation, obviously. So we connected on a lot of ways. And so, yeah, his whole dungeon background it's a D&D thing. It's not the other shit. It's not the bondage.
What is our generation, though?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming you two are older than 21, right?
Yeah.
And you're under 60.
That is true.
Right?
Yes.
You're both,
Yes,
okay,
I'm
well, so
60.
good enough. That's our generation. We're in the 20s to the 50s, right?
I think that encompasses a couple of generations. But that works for me.
It's my show. I say what the fuck the rules are, and that's our rules. That's our generation. We crossed 3 decades. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm 40s. I'm assuming you guys are late 30s, 40s. You don't have to say. I don't care. Age is just a number. But I'm assuming we're roughly the same generation.
It is just a number, but I will tell you on our launch stream, I did get the best compliment. Somebody in chat was like, "Oh, Christy, if your voice was just a couple of octaves higher, I think you were a teenager." And then I was like, I don't know if that's a backhanded compliment. Like, I'm so immature that, I could be mistaken for a teenager. But he said, "No, you look good, girl." And I'm like,
you have
you.
No, you're very youthful. You have very youthful, bubbly, inside and out. You know what I'm saying? You have that aura about you.
Thank you. I really was just digging for compliments, so thank you for picking up on the cue.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I could assist. That's why I'm here to make your night. It's all about you. Remember, it's all about you too.
That's why I'm so excited to go on the podcast tour. Because that's when I have the most fun on streams. Is when it's all.
So
about
tell me.
me.
All right. Well, let's talk about that. What is the podcast tour?
Oh, well, the podcast tour is doing the thing that we're supposed to do during crowdfunds and start approaching people and begging to be on their show. Like, please, can I come?
But it's it's not visual. It's just audio. It's a podcast.
Oh, well, I say podcast. No, what we're doing.
Streaming.
Here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there are podcasts which it's just audio. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That does exist. And I've never done it, but it'd be fucking great because you don't have to worry about this visual shit. But there really are successful podcasts where it's just like it's live talking, except it's just the audio. There's no visual, and that way a lot of people can. It's like an audiobook. You know what I mean? They can work and they don't have to worry about getting distracted by watching. They can just listen to it the whole time. So I thought maybe you were doing that, and I was like, well, that's fucking cool because I've never done that. But no, I hear it. Streaming is just as cool.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I almost feel like you're going to be a new project for me, Kurt. Like, I want to get you on as many streams as possible. You're going to come on Creative Chaos, and we're going to do that because I'm having fun tonight.
Let's start there. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, no, I'm going to drag you. I'm going to drag you along because that's the thing. That is the thing too. That kind of. I have to be 100% honest with you. I've had so many people on.
Yes, it's real. My hair is real. It's not fake. It's not a wig. Okay, I'm sorry.
I've had so many people on my show, and I figured like I'd get invited back, and like nobody invites me back. I'm like, seriously, you're gonna make me ask? Like that kind of sucks. Like I feel like a douche, but whatever. I'll ask.
Well, listen. Okay, for the record, because I haven't had a whole lot of people on this show because I haven't done this show. It's been what is this, episode 13 or something? I don't know. I think it's episode 13 is what this is.
Oh, I did make note of that because I saw that you do Roman numerals. I'm like, sweet, we're on number 13.
This is that Friday 13th Halloween. Yeah, actually, this is really cool. But I think I've had like a total of, I don't know, 6 people on maybe, and fortunately, none of them I've been like, fuck you and get off my show. You know what I mean? I'm waiting. I'm sure it'll happen one day, and that's fine with me. I don't give a shit. But so far, everyone's been pretty cool. And so I've had people on a second time or a third time. Well, okay, Tyler, the guy who backed your magazine tonight.
Hey, Tyler.
Dude, he's on my show 2-3 times. Just go through my videos. And Tyler has been on my show 2 or 3 times where we're reviewing my book. I'm basically dissecting it because I needed to fill a space. I'm like, well, I got to talk about something. So I was talking about my fucking book and I dissect it like surgery and talk about all this boring shit. But Tyler, I guess it's not boring to him because he's like the one asking questions and pointing shit out and holding the book up. Oh, like this page. Anyways,
cool.
If you want to see who the fuck Tyler is, just go to my channel, go under live, and you'll see it. His name is Tyler Gworek, Gworek. Tyler has been on my show 2, maybe 3 times. So anyways, I do this. If you haven't noticed, I fucking talk and babble too much. I start here and I wind up here. So I'm going to come back here and say, as for you two, because you've been on the show, you have this open invitation to come back. So, I'm not going to, whatever. Right. You mentioned about waiting for you. You have to ask. So, no, basically, I could say, hey, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing this weekend. You guys want to come on? But don't wait for that. If you guys are fucking bored, say, hey, motherfucker, I'm coming on your show this week. I'll be like, okay. I mean, seriously, I don't give a shit. It's like cool because I literally I go week per week. Like right now, I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing next Sunday. I don't know. I'll figure it out this week. And if I don't come up with a good idea, my default is, well, I'll just have Tyler on and we'll talk about my fucking book. That's like a default thing. Although I have an idea for a horror movie. I want to probably have Tyler on. I don't know. I'll have someone on. But we're just going to talk about fucking the latest horror movies, kind of like we were talking about earlier, where Human Centipede and all this other shit. There's all these movies I've researched lately, and I'm like, dude, I got to talk about these. People need to hear about this shit and check them out because they are really good. It's like, to me, the quality, the production quality, these movies are all usually made for under $1 million. We have $300,000 budget, but they like put some big Hollywood movies to shame. They are so fucking good. Like visually, you're like, it looks like it's a $50 million film, and it's not. It's some independent fucking horror movie creator. So I'm just really impressed. So I'm thinking of maybe when I don't have a Sunday night where I know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to default to horror movies and talk about horror movies. So.
Well, talk about what you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can go on it. So
you can be a content creator.
There you go. But yeah, so in answer to your question, yes, I'll give you your show. And what show is it called again? You keep saying it.
It's called Creative Chaos.
Creative Chaos.
Yeah, the Flip City Magazine channel. Yes. And yes, you're going to be a guest probably
I'll
in November because I'm booking for November right now. That's something that that I made a conscious decision to do actually, because so many of these video people, they book way ahead of time, like months. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Maximum 6 weeks, because you got to be current. You got to know like that somebody has something hot going on. But I did want to show you this, and you can go full screen if you want, because you were talking about some kind of froggy independent creator and
wait, like full screen YouTube? Let's see. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me get this. Hold on. Where are you?
Oh, that's green.
No.
That's green.
Wait, where are you?
Why is it doing
where the hell
that?
Are you? How do I full screen you?
I don't know.
Hold on.
It's dropping.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It won't let me.
It's because we have a green screen.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we actually did a parody of the indie comic scene.
Okay. Oh my God! Look at that.
Oh geez. And it's called Eyesore versus Manchester.
Now, who are these two people we're talking about? That sounds
I don't
familiar.
know. What it is?
Sounds familiar.
It's Eyesore and Van Shyster. It's not anybody.
Who would that
except
be?
for the characters.
I'm at a loss. I have no idea who these two individuals are.
I kind of like that the green screen's dropping out the frog.
Well, to answer your question, one of them is a businessman and multimillionaire.
Right. It's all about business.
And the other is a famous independent comic creator.
And the other one is a mafia boss, right?
Okay.
Now I want to show everything green.
Everything from The Sopranos. That's awesome. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. That's trippy. I like it. I can't full screen you. I probably have to upgrade to fucking full screen you. So I'm
that's
sorry.
hilarious. That looks pretty cool, actually.
That does look cool.
All the green is dropping out.
That's neat.
Anyway.
That's cool. Well, that's awesome. That's good that you can rip on people, because there's plenty of people in indie comics that you can rip on, because that's how some people make their money, is by ripping on others.
Well, but the thing is too, it's all done in fun and to make you laugh. And so basically what we would really love is if either of these creators ever came across it and read it, they would take it in good humor and have a laugh. Like, oh yeah, it is kind of like that.
Because we know they both love getting made fun of. I mean, they can both take the punches from each side, can't they?
I mean, I think it's just more of a goof about the indie comic scene than it is about either of them, even, I don't know that much about everything that's going on.
If we're going to slowly pull the curtain up inch by inch, I tweeted something the day the shit changed, right? The day the big argument, the treaty between the two kings broke. I don't know if you were there for that, but it was.
We don't follow that shit at all, except for very passively.
Like I said, I am not really with them, like in their group, but I am allies with them. I have been watching all of them for about almost 4 years. So I know all the shit that's going on, and all the people, and fuck, I can't keep track because there's so many fights and these people leave and they backstab. And it's like, I don't even know who the fuck is who anymore. But it was a Sunday morning. I'll never forget. It was a Sunday morning when the shit hit the fan, when the one king publicly said to the other king, fuck you, you know. And I found at the time, I don't know if you remember, but remember Godzilla versus King Kong movie?
Well, we know of it, yes.
I found a great picture where King Kong and Godzilla are just duking it out in the city. And so guess what I posted? So I got this Godzilla versus Kong picture, and I tweeted, good morning, Comicsgate. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, has been, what the? And dude, everyone knew what the fuck I was talking about. You know what I mean? Because it was the two kings, the two monsters, you know, slugging it out and shit. And so that was my claim to fame for half a day, was everyone liked that tweet.
Oh, cool.
Comparison. And
so you got some dopamine that Sunday.
Yes, my dopamine hit for a Sunday morning. And but that's honestly how I saw it, is I saw them as two kings from different places, and they both had their armies and their followers and their success, their chests of gold and stuff. And of course, being kings with pride and ego and every other fucking thing, there's differences, and this is what fucking happened. The problem is, like, war, you know, if you want to go on a big scale and really get melodramatic about this, why not? We're live streaming. Who pays the price? The troops and the people. And that's what we've seen for a fucking almost a year now, is the fighting on Twitter. And it's not the two kings who are really going at it. It's all the fucking people under them attacking each other. And I know the names of everybody.
That whole piece is not really about their story. It really is about everybody under them.
It is. It's fighting their fight for them. But the thing is, in defense of both kings, because see, I'm even though I'm allies with Comicsgate, and believe me, if someone had something to my head and said, you choose, well, I'm going with Comicsgate. You know what I mean? But I have no problem with Rippaverse because they don't have a problem with me. I'm cool. I'm like neutral with them. It's like, dude, you do what the fuck you want to do. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They can do what they want, and Comicsgate does what they want. It's that simple. But they are obviously constantly going at it. But again, it's this, watching this happen over and over. And in defense of the two kings, like I said, they're not telling their followers, troops, and minions, you know, go avenge me in my name. No, it's the people. It's like they're too fucking busy. You know, July and Van Skyver are too fucking busy trying to run their goddamn businesses and shit, and live streaming and every other fucking thing they're doing. It's everyone under them who's constantly fighting. And I'm just like, man, when you guys are gonna wake up? Mm-hmm. It's not getting us anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. What do I know? You know, well, I'm like a lone wolf. I'm just like a lone wolf on the edge of the fucking woods, watching all you these crazy fuckers like tear each other up. And I'm like, I steal scrap here and there, and then I go hide again. That's basically what I do. But that's cool. That's cool that you have a book about that, because anyone in indie comics knows exactly what you're talking about.
Well, it's not a book. It's 2 pages that we dedicated.
Oh, okay, like a little.
Okay. What I do know is that there is a book, and I don't know a ton about it. And in fact, they're going to be on the Creative Chaos next week. Mm-hmm. It's called Pencils Down.
Yep.
And
I remember that.
By Belmont's idea. Hojo wrote it, and then Dillard drew it. So they're all 3 of them are coming on Creative Chaos next week. And so I guess maybe I'll become more educated on what's going on, but they're basically, satirizing the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
you know what that event
I love
was?
The art so far.
Do you know what that event was about?
Which event?
The Pencils Down event?
No.
Lucas
will help me. I'm planning my show right now, so go ahead. Tell me.
Well, the event that I witnessed, no, I'm not.
Wait. Was it the strike? Was it a strike?
Yes, but no. There was.
Okay.
God, I'm just gonna fucking see. You know what I'm doing right now?
He's trying to stay out of
I'm
trouble.
tying a noose. I'm tying a noose for
Too
myself.
much drama.
I'm tying a noose for myself, and I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not careful. The pencils down, yeah, that's how that was its origin. But there was a certain creator who was with Comicsgate, who is now not in Comicsgate, and that was a huge drama. And this creator made a video of himself talking about pencils down. And Comicsgate had a fucking heyday with this video of this ex-Comicsgate creator talking about pencils down, that they made videos making fun of his video. And then everything, like, making fun of this whole pencils down thing. I'm not sure if that's what this book is about. And if you're confused, then just don't worry about it. But I think that's what this is about, because the pencils down incident was an actual thing that happened in the comics industry. But this one guy in particular who Comicsgate likes to make fun of, he mentioned this event and kind of made it his own and made a video about it. And if they're making fun of that, that's what I'm thinking this is about. But you'll find out in a week. So don't fucking bring me up. Whatever you do, just say, I heard from some ghost who was passing by mentioned something about this. There's my involvement. Because I don't want to be involved in this shit. I really don't.
That sounds fine to me. I have no reason to put any kind of skin in the game anyway.
Yeah.
Anywhere, unless, of course, it can bring some laughs.
Right. Well, that's cool because
laughs.
Dude, they need laughs. It's like everyone should loosen up, and they get laughs with Trash Cast. But again, it's one-sided. It's Comicsgate making fun of Rippaverse and all that stuff, and it's entertaining, you know, because people have been giving him, you know, shit. Not, but most of them love it. But there are those people who are like, "Why are you doing this, dude? Why are you constantly doing this? You know, why don't you stream about making comics or have creators on all this stuff?" And he's just like, because my viewership has gone through the fucking roof and I'm making thousands of dollars every time I stream. So I think I'm going to go with that. I get it. I'm like, fuck, I would too. You're right. But I'm not doing it, you know? And it's like, it's for him. That's his thing. I am not going to rip on someone or make fun of someone or get involved in this drama just so I can get more fucking views and clicks and
likes
subscribers and all. I know that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. And if I wanted to go that route, it's so easy. I would find some person, target them, and just fucking do videos about them and make fucking drawings because I can draw and I'd make them look all fucking weird and all this shit. Look at them, look what I did. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking do that.
There's one person, because I have been on that exact same train. But there's one person in the scene right now that's that I'm like, oh, I feel like I could probably boost my numbers if I wanted to do the thing that everybody else does. And he totally deserves it. But also, I just open myself up for a bunch of like bullshit that's going to take away from like the real mission. Yeah, you know, and
it's a double-edged sword, and that's why I walk so carefully in the whole indie comics community, from crowdfunding to simply promoting. I mean, everything. I am so on guard. It's crazy. And to me, it's like not enjoyable. I'm like, I personally think the indie comics community overall is kind of fucked up. I think you deal with a lot of egos and a lot of bullshit. And I don't know what's truth and what's not. And so what I try to do, I'm like an information collector, gather, I watch, I see, and I try to watch all this shit. And I really do, because I don't want to say a fucking word if I don't know exactly what's going on, because that's how you screw yourself, is you jump into the fucking fray not knowing the whole story, and then you end up looking like an idiot, and then fucking no one wants to deal with you. So I'm just like, I'm not going to say I ain't saying anything. I'm not getting involved in anything. I'm just going to try to do my thing, which is, you know, keep working on my story and stuff, because that's the main thing. And all this other stuff, just kind of keep an eye on it, but not get involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
and speak in innuendo.
Yeah.
While you're live.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's just like, it's not worth it. It's like, what am I going to get being involved in this stuff? Because maybe you'll get a few people. Oh, yeah, man, you're on our side. Cool. But then you're gonna get a whole hell lot of other fucking people against you, and then they'll just fuck with you on Twitter and everything. It's just the whole point is like I've got a fucking story that I'm drawing and writing and stuff, and this is what I'm doing. It's not drama farming, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people who do that, so good, do it. You know, it's like do it, but I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? Even though I know it would help my YouTube numbers and shit, it's like I'm going to try a harder route. You know what I mean? And not get involved in all that shit. But like for you guys, yeah, and you seem kind of pretty much the same way. You take it looks like little casual shots, but nothing major. I wouldn't worry about it. Like you're not going to get targeted by anybody. You know, you guys seem pretty cool, and it's in humor, and again, it's the whole Mad Magazine, Crack Magazine thing. So right there, it's like that kind of like protects you almost, because it's like that's your fallback defense. You can say, well, this is satire parody. Wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like
don't take it personally.
What was that? That was Robin Williams laughing as Mork.
Mork and Mindy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. So, hold on. Well, okay. I guess we lost the chat. I guess we're going on too long.
What I actually was doing.
Holy shit, dude! We're over 2 hours.
I got on my phone to just like grab the link to this show to see how many people were actually watching, because I'm not going to give any shit to anybody that is lurking, and I appreciate you for lurking. And yes, sir, you are at 50 subscribers, and it says 1 watching.
Yeah,
we got 1 person watching. I think it's probably
I'm popular.
We started. Did you say you're blocking him?
I said no. I'm really popular, as you can tell.
Oh,
they love me. I'm breaking through in the indie scene here.
You gotta do it.
Do you know what I super duper love about being on your show is that you allowed me to boss you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay, fine, we'll show your stuff.
Yeah.
We'll show your cartoons, because I'm like, dude, I want to pee, but also I want people to watch our freaking cartoons.
Well, and again, I honestly, what I do is I lecture myself before, like the whole day. See, when you're OCD and all these other fucking insane things I have going on in my head.
Okay,
I talk to myself a lot.
We've entered into the therapy part.
Yes. Okay, so here's the therapy part. So believe it or not, Sundays when I live stream, I Sunday morning, it's already on my mind all day. You know, it's on my mind. And then when I actually start getting ready for a live stream is 3 hours before the live stream. So 8 o'clock, it's actually 5 o'clock when I start getting shit ready. And it goes, and no matter if it's 1 hour or 3 hours, when this is done, I am burnt the fuck out on YouTube and Twitter for like a day or two. It's weird. This is enjoyable and I love it, and it can be the best time in the world. But for some reason, when my Sunday night live streams are over, it's like I don't want to even see Twitter or YouTube. It's weird. It's like I think there's some sort of weird fucking, you know, sensory overload or something. But so I'm like a ghost on Mondays. I'm like, I don't do a shit. And then Tuesday I ease back into this stuff. But when it comes to this show on Sunday nights and getting ready, I always tell myself, and I said it again today, I said, dude, don't fucking talk about yourself. Don't talk about nothing. No campaign, no bullshit stories. It's not about you. It's about them. And I have to constantly remind myself. And no matter how hard I try, I always end up saying some fucking shit about myself, about the bartending or some fucking thing. It's like almost impossible to never talk about yourself when you're talking casually with people. It's like this default. It's like human nature. It's just like, oh yeah, I understand, because when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So in answer to your question, I want the guests, I want to be all about them. I really do. And so, yeah, show whatever, man. We'll watch whatever videos or whatever sites or whatever the hell you want to do. I try to make it about you, but unfortunately, I apologize, because unfortunately I'm mostly human. I'm about 90% human and 10% alien DNA. And so my human side is faulty, and I bring up these fucking stories about myself. So.
Well, this is how we get to know you, though.
Lucky you, but
the more you talk, the more at ease I am. So
yeah,
the more drunk you get, the more I talk, the more you can drink, and then you can tolerate me more. You're like, this motherfucker won't shut the fuck up.
So it all works out.
No, it's cool, but yeah, I'm tired of talking. I don't want to keep talking, and we've done over 2.5 hours. This is fucking awesome. I always figure an hour every fucking show. I'm like, probably an hour for lucky, and then it goes 2 hours. It's not 3 hours. So we are over 2.5 hours. So congratulations, but thank you both. Okay, now wait. One thing real quick, Scott.
Yes, sir.
What on Twitter? What's your account? Do I follow you or anything?
Not a personal one, just at Flip City Mag.
Oh, so your Flip City is you. Okay, I follow you. Awesome. And you just like a couple of days ago you followed me, so I appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, man.
That's right.
It was like I said, it was cool having both you on. Is there anything I've missed? Like, is there anything, because we covered your campaign, the magazine, we talked about the podcast.
You've been a wonderful host.
Yeah,
I'm trying, but I appreciate all your help, like this, like, hey, wow, that's how you do.
Oh
that.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
I
saying?
taught him
That
how
was
to bring
really
up
cool.
the chats. That was
And
cool.
how I can actually have 2 YouTube tabs. I guess I can have a ton of tabs open. I can probably have like 10.
Yeah, you
tabs.
can share everything you want to share.
Because I wasn't sure. I'm like, okay, wait, if this show's streaming on my channel, can I have someone else's show? Yes, I can. So that's good. So I've learned a lot tonight thanks to you and Scott. So I appreciate that. So hopefully this will help. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? Like I said,
So basically at the end of shows, usually people say, so tell everybody where they can find you. That's what I do on mine.
Okay. So your Twitter. Okay, well, so tell us all where we can find you and stalk you.
No, you did it wrong. You did it wrong.
How did I
You have to do it with a lot more energy.
I'm burnt out already. I'm sorry. I'm fucking tired. This is as good as it gets, sister. Where the fuck can we find you?
All right. So if you want to find me personally, go to Twitter at Kitty Flip City.
I'll type that in.
Oh, well, if you want.
Can I do?
If you want, you can put that in the chat. And then, of course, at Flip City Mag is the magazine professional account that once in a while Scott gets a little overboard and decides to shitpost and get us canceled. But that hasn't happened in a while since Elon, right?
How's that?
So we can shitpost a little more.
So there you go. So there's the Twitter for Kitty, and there's the magazine.
Yes. So those are our Twitters. And then every Thursday I do Creative Chaos on the Flip City Magazine channel.
What time?
6 o'clock. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting out of PST. 9 o'clock Eastern every Thursday. And I interview a different indie creator. Cool. And we have all kinds of fun because we also go into segments like Mansplain and Creative Chaos Conspiracy Corner. And then we also do a Flip City live read. So it's a great way to get to know Flip City content as well, because we dig back in the archives and live read some of that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of proud of the show, you know.
Hey, I told you I watched your show and I'm like taking notes saying, oh, I got to remember this and I got to try this. You know what I mean? That's really cool. So I think just keep doing what you're fucking doing. The show's cool, and I'm actually glad that that our break ran over and that Walking Dead one started automatically playing because I was like loving it. I'm like, this is fucking cool. I'm letting this go. I'm like, I want to watch this thing. That was really cool. So like your anime, who did that? Who animated that and drew all that?
This guy.
Oh shit, dude, that's cool, man.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, dude. Well, I know you know, oh, you got to do more of that. And you're like, oh, sure, I'll whip it up tonight. I know how it goes. But no, man, that's really cool. That the animation, the drawings, the music, the voice acting. Okay, so just for example, that Walking Dead one, how long did that take altogether to get everything done?
Well, I'm using the source illustrations from our amazing lead parody artist, Ben Sullivan. And this is
Okay.
a cartoon with, there's not a whole lot of movement. I'm not redrawing anything. So
Right.
it didn't take more than a week. I don't know.
Okay, so a week. That's really good.
There was no lip sync on it. It's a little bit primitive. Other ones, yeah, 7 to 8 days. If I bear down, I can knock it out. But we have a tough schedule, I think, coming up with distribution. I wish I could do that to more of them. I have a whole pile of these things in the works. What did we do?
Okay.
House of Elon. I got to start on that, but I had to stop and get back to the magazine, get everything done.
Yeah.
So you are going to have more. It's just when time allows.
When time allows, we will pile them up.
Well,
dude, that's awesome. I love that cartoon. That was so cool.
We're so glad that you enjoyed it, because that actually was that's part of the whole reason that we started Flip City Magazine. It was all these ideas for animations kept coming up, and he has a background and skills in animation.
Right.
And that was the original idea, was to kind of build a YouTube following and channel with doing animations, but it's so much sweat equity that we couldn't, we knew we couldn't make any money off of it. Right. Versus labor. So what we decided to do was basically make the storyboards in comic form and publish them in a print magazine to later, be put out on YouTube. Basically, anybody that's following everything that we're doing gets to see the entire process, from storyboard in comic form to animatics on YouTube to later, if we ever get that. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when we get that following, either through our YouTube or the magazine or anything else that we're doing, then we're polishing up animations for longer form animated series. Who knows what the hell is in store for Flip City Magazine? But no matter what it is, it's going to be badass and you're going to love it. Awesome. FlipCityMag.com.
Yeah. Well, again, I will. Like I said, this week I'll catch up on your videos on your channel, and just try to catch up on stuff. But yeah, man, guys, just keep doing what you're doing because it's cool. And Scott, it was nice meeting you. That was cool. Good. And Kitty, it's all. It's Christy. That's right, Christy. Kitty. Cool. Actually, finally hanging out with you. Just get with me, DM me or whatever about November. November, that's cool because, like I said, if I do Aaron, if Aaron's serious and he was talking December, so it's like, November. I would like to, your show in November works for me, and then we'll just go from there because maybe you end up kicking me off the fucking show. I mean, maybe I'll say something offensive and you'll be like, "You're hippie asses." So just we'll take it a show at a time. Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it for tonight, guys. And the two people watching, thanks for watching, whoever the hell you two people are. We appreciate it. And I'm not gonna do a trailer video for me because I'm tired, and so I'm just going to end the show here. So thanks again, and I will talk to you on Twitter and all that other shit. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. Okay. So thanks everybody, and thanks to you and Scott, and I will be talking to you soon. Okay?
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Later.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.